Hello and welcome. It's Trucking Answers Live for the 10,000 subscriber extravaganza. But we are here every Monday live at 1 p.m. For those of you that don't know or are new, I do a live show every Monday, and so that's pretty great. And we'll be back with that, of course. And today is going to be a wonderful show to do the extravaganza show. So that's good. Timothy, I want to go to everybody here first and say hello to everyone. Michael, let's go back. Marcus here. Richard, hello. Let me get my comments. I have a separate screen down here for comments. So let me get that set up and we'll get right into what's going on here today. And did everybody good? Waiting, yep, waiting on the fuel line. Nice. That's nice of you. Jason is here. Thanks for showing up, coming in today. Mr. Skeptical, hello. Angie, Timothy, what's happening? William, James, Wild Bill is here. Good. That's good. Thank you for everybody. Black Cat, oh, North in Pennsylvania. That's great. That's great. Happy Monday to everybody, too. And I do this show every Monday at 1 p.m. I forgot to turn the sound off on the phone, so it'll probably make noise in there as we go along, and I apologize, but if I went in to turn it off, I'd end the stream, so I can't do that. So, truck driver from Mississippi, hello. Dan, sign cutter, hello from South Dakota. Yikes, are you getting blown around out there? That's a mess. Ohio, Larry's in Ohio. Indianapolis, right down the street. Doug's down the street there. That's great. That's great today. Today we have a great show. Let me talk about that for a minute because I have to say some stuff so YouTube doesn't gripe at me. Right? There's a giveaway on the today's show, and I'll tell you how that works in a minute. I've got some Love's gift cards to give everybody and a dash cam. So with the stuff like that, so that'll be good. And the dash cam didn't have a card, so I got a card for it too, so that you can record everything and let me know how that works. It rated really highly on Amazon. This is not sponsored by YouTube. They want you to say that. Flatbed drivers are the best drivers. Nice. You're up running 95 today. Nice. I'm Mad Maldy. General Stupidity. Oh, good. You're going to wait for the show, then go to the DMV. You may want to go down there now and get in line. I'll tell you. KEW, hello there. Jack Black is in Nashville. Lydell, wow. I'm Santa Claus. Yes, pretty much. Hello from a state that remains nameless from the Kansas Kid. Yes. You're welcome for the information. That's best I can do is give just what I know anyway. Timothy. And so what I'm going to do on the giveaway here. By the way, there's no purchase necessary. I have to say that as well. It's going to be United States only. I looked into that. Somebody talked about it last week, but I just can't figure out the laws in every country, so that's not going to be possible for me to do every country. I'm sorry. I know people are from around the world, but I can't do that. Amos is in Las Vegas, Crescent City, California, at Chris. All right, so to give that away, what I'm going to do is set this timer. You'll see that, right? Okay, and when that goes off, we have a random number generator on here that's just going to generate a random number for me. And then I'll show you that right in a moment. And I'll just count back from the current comment. Whatever the comment is right there, I'm going to stop, count backwards, and that person will be the winner, whatever this random number generator. So if it's 6, I count back 6, and that's the winner. I don't have any control over that. And what I'll need you to do, if I choose you as the winner there, you'll need to post your zip code or city right there, and so that when you send me your address, it'll need to match that. Okay, so whatever city or zip code, it's got to be in the United States. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to make it fair. You know, I don't want it to seem like it isn't fair. That seems like the best I could do. Oh, and I have old school. In case the random number generator goes down, I have random numbers in here in case I needed to go old school with it. So in case the number generator goes down. So that's pretty good. James, Maryland, Bill. Oh, what's going on, Bill? Troy, Mark's here. Yeah, hat works best. Yeah. Well, I will tell you the hat works best, but YouTube likes a random number generator so that it is random. So, and I apologize for the noise, right? The phone may get messages. I forgot to turn it off because before it started, and I I would have to end the stream. I don't want to do that. So that's how it'll go. You don't have to post anything right here now. So just once I get to you, if it comes up, I'll need a zip or a city. That will ensure that somebody else doesn't say, hey, I'm the winner, okay? So if only your hat would set a fail-safe like that. Yeah, if you're only a dispatcher. They should do that. They should have some way to do stuff that is, old school. Anyway, comfortable man, hey, what's going on out there, sir? Yeah, give you a prize. I wish I could give one to everybody, right? This is not sponsored by anybody. So just so you know, and I'm required to say that, by the way, in case it was. So it is not sponsored by anybody, and it is not endorsed by and or sponsored by YouTube. So I have to say that as well. So day off tomorrow so you can vote. Did they give you the day off? That's pretty good. I'm off Friday, by the way. I got a big dental appointment. They said 4 hours. Not that anybody cares or anything. I'm just saying that. So I should be there for around 4 hours at the dentist. So good afternoon from Indiana back to Missouri there. So your company hates you. Yikes. It must be one of those. And for the driver that was on there that emailed me about Viraha, right, I just emailed them. So because on their website they show $6,800, but on their contract they show $11,500. So that isn't any good. And I emailed them and said, hey, what's the story over there? Why does this not match? So I'm waiting to hear back from them. One of those could be them right there. So Swift let you off today so you can vote? Nice. But they're probably not paying you, but still, if they get you off the day to vote, did they say you can be off to vote? Remember, everybody, go vote tomorrow if you're at home, and you can always vote absentee. Here in Indiana, they make it very simple. Each state's different. They'll mail you a ballot here in Indiana, including a postage-paid envelope to send it back. They even put a little pencil in there to poke holes through the thing so you don't have any chads. They do all that here in Indiana, no charge to you. So here, at least in Indiana, one of the few good things about the state is it's easy to vote. So, and we've had early voting for the last 30 days. So that's, so that's great. William, yeah, you could pick me up we'll meet down there at the mobile station. Jeff, not good on the dental work. Right. Timothy, here's in Kentucky. Good. Do they vote? How's early voting there? Probably good. Michael, thank you. Swift let you off, but I'm not. Yeah, you're not getting paid, but at least you're off and you have the day off, right? Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Have I done a video on Martin? They do pay a lot of extras, and they have some kind of guaranteed detention, too, and they run a lot of day cabs around Indianapolis, so that's good. Yeah, you've always find a way. You're from Maine. That's awesome. The flat Earth. Yes, the Earth is flat, exactly. It doesn't move anything. It's flat, and we only live, I guess, on one side of it, right? So did a video on I haven't done a video on Landstar, but I do recommend Landstar to people. I should do a video about them. I really like the way that they work with their picking loads and stuff. Trucking wife, hi, what's happening? You already voted? Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. TMC, they're hot stuff because they're black and chrome trucks. That doesn't make you hot stuff, right? And when you go in there and don't have your bed made, and your dad at the terminal comes out and yells at you for not making your bed, you're not such hot stuff anymore. Or walking on the grass. Get off my lawn out there, TMC. The chrome is not, doesn't pay the bills. I'd rather have a truck with less chrome and a check with more money in it. That's for sure. I have all the answers like Mr. Whoopi. I don't remember Mr. Whoopi. Of course, you can ask a question. Let it rip out there. Can't vote, not in your home state, waiting for load to Amarillo. I hope you better get there tomorrow. The Earth is not flat. The lizard people showed you a globe. See, that's the problem. You're listening to these lizard people. You can't trust a lizard, except for car insurance, because you can save some money, in 15 minutes from a lizard. Any word on Rains and Sons? I have not heard back from them since their original video, and where they contacted all the drivers and were mad at what I was saying. So I haven't heard any more from them, for sure. Yeah, I never heard of Mr. Whoopi. I never heard of him. Going back to Arnold Transportation tomorrow. They give you a good deal over there? Rains is not good. No. Don't ever go over there. Yeah, it's the Lizard Globe show. They got this thing where they're putting out like it's a globe. Don't listen to them. You can't listen to them. Everybody's on one side of a flat plane, right? Obviously. It's so obvious. You can see it's flat. Just look outside. God. Tennessee Tuxedo. Now, I remember Tennessee Tuxedo, all right? You went to see him for all the answers. I don't remember that. I'll ask the wife later about that, who's home today. So, Brian, thank you for that. She may poke in here at some time and yell at me for something, being too loud, maybe. Raider Express out of Fort Worth. Raider Express is that. I looked into that, right? It's some small company where they're only like down there at Fort in that area, and they hire people, and it's a really low pay system, if I remember looking into Raider, and it was a really small place. You had to live like right in that area only to get hired by them. Timothy, buy a compass on your phone, right? You can use that. You go on a lease at WFX and get a long-nosed Pete. Well, that's the way to make money. Of course, I don't like leases, and I certainly don't like long-nosed Pete's when I'm paying for the fuel myself. That's what I say. Yeah, I don't think you should. You can check out Rains and Sons. I have two videos about them. One is the initial video, and the second one at, where they were aggravating their drivers about my first video. So go check those out first. But, look, I tell people, look, this is just my opinion. If you think, less than $1 a mile is great, then in an owner-operator where you're paying for the truck payment, by all means, head out there and do it. Yeah. 50 cents a mile, 3,000 a week, get me home when I request. Yeah, exactly correct. That's what I talk about too, is that you may not make the most money. The goal isn't to make more money than every other driver in the whole world. The goal is to make enough money that you're satisfied and that the company treats you well. That's half the battle. A lot of people make more money than me, right? I don't care. They treat me well here. I've been here for years. For people that don't know it out there, right, I've been driving 30 years, and I've been at my current company for 16 years. Okay, that's really long in the industry. Why? Because they treat me well there. And so, yeah, I could make more money elsewhere. Absolutely. And I remind them of that all the time, right? I'm on them to get raises and stuff, But leaving, it's tough to do. Leaving them is hard. There's like a song about that because, the treatment is pretty good. You're happy with $1,200 a week as an owner, or is that net $1,200 a week? Because I do get company drivers that make that, certainly when that with full benefits. A lot of toilet paper being saved there at the HQ. Yeah, what, they have single ply, they rip it in half, right? With the air suspension, the seats, you love a cab over. I had cab overs, and they were okay. You could certainly back in anywhere. I would rather have the conventional, once the cab over went to a flat floor, it was similar inside to the current conventionals. That's a take home after you pay taxes. Yeah, $1,200 though, that's company driver money, and that's with full benefits, for somebody that's on the road and gone for a long period of time. Does my company hire rookies? Yes, they do. They will not put you through truck school. You need an answer. Pop it up there. There's a lot of comments coming too. And so look, I try to get to all the comments. I don't want to miss anybody's comment, but sometimes I miss them, so put them back up there. I apologize. I'll do my best. It's just me here. So that's what you pay yourself, $1,200. Okay, that's good. New Cascadia is the same. Look, I like the new Cascadia. I have one of the new bodied ones, the 18 with the new, not the Evolution. Let me tell you this. Just the headlights is worth getting the truck if you can get one. They are super bright, and just that at night, the difference is amazing. For somebody like me that's a little older, like in my extreme upper 30s like myself, the extra bright lights are very useful. But it could help even many of you young people. You can see way, way better, which makes you safer. It makes you safer. How we go too fast for you? I'm not sure where we're talking here. How to get in touch with me? You can write to me, Mark, at truckinganswersnation.com. Okay, and you can also check out the website. I posted some new pictures today there in the gallery. I've got a blog that I do there. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Trucking Answers, and I'm on here at Trucking Answers. I answer every email. I try to get to every comment on the videos. I try to, but I can't always get to them, but I do answer every email for me that come to me. The Mac Anthem are just as bright. Yeah, they're probably LEDs just like that on the Anthem. Super bright. Is that not worth it? Just for that, it's worth it. You can buy LED bulbs. Yeah, that plug in the old sockets, they blind everybody because it needs a different reflector system. The reflectors of a halogen bulb and the reflectors on an LED bulb are different. And so when these guys plug in their LED bulbs in these older trucks, it just blinds everybody. You need a whole new reflector system. Just like a car, plugging in the LEDs is not the same. Like the wife's car, we have xenon headlights on her car. They're super bright. But you can't just plug those bulbs into a car that had halogens. It doesn't work good. You need the different reflector, really. Extreme Upper, the yes, light bright. That's it. Exactly correct. Roy, you have a well-deserved day off. Good. You need it down there. TMC, yeah, I've heard some problems. It varies. It varies. Yes, you're a teen, exactly. Thank you, Angie. What state is empty? Montana. You did it in your car and there's bright, but are they aimed properly? You're better off having a good beam, right? So you need them factory, or you have to replace the whole assembly so that they point better. Really, really. I told you about my company, and let's see here. Shot an email with the different ways to improve the company, and surprisingly heard back right away. Wow, good. And the CEO are going to have a sit down. Good. See if they listen. You know, most companies, when you have great ideas, they tell you, "Oh, you're just a driver. We have all this handled here. Don't worry about it." Yes, that's Montana. Do drivers who pull doubles get paid more? Yeah, usually a company will pay more for doubles. A couple cents, sometimes a dime. And it's a lot of Old Dominion, that kind of companies that are pulling it yellow. And so they just generally make more anyway. You run regional, get home every weekend, but want to be home more with your family. It seems they have to work nights as a local drivers. Any ideas to get around that? Usually local drivers, you have to start out at night because everybody fights for the days. If you're just going to have to stay there, or get lucky. Now, I have seen in Indianapolis, which is where I look around a lot, CVS, which is a drug company, maybe around you, they hire drivers and they hire all the time. So you'd have to look around, but probably you'll have to start on nights. I love nights, okay? I always work nights. I love them. Scales are closed, roads are open, everybody's ready to roll. Let's see. Well, no, who's freezing? No, I think that's just you, my international friend. You want to upgrade your headlights to LED, you need to get a whole new assembly light. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying about semis and about your car. People do it on their cars too. You can't just plug in an LED light and think like it's okay. It's super bright. You'd love to see if Mark could qualify. A lot of people like it. A lot of people do like it. The only downside is you get a crack count. There's so few places that don't put you in it that it's almost standard to get the crack count for sure. Old Dominion pays very well. Yes, 60 plus, and I've heard 70 depending where in the country they are. Listening to me on the drive to work, good. Time to get in and make some money for your company. That's what I was saying. Dodgeable and had to go rescue a rig in Queens. Yeah, yikes. Who wants to be in Queens? That better be hourly. You have noise vibrations over there? Yes, Black Cat, you'd prefer to drive overnight, right? Think about getting your own truck. Nice, and has his own truck and is dispatched. I was thinking to do the same. Well, you gotta. All right. My mind is thinking, right, getting your own truck, lowest payment, but I want a warranty, and dispatching yourself or keeping your own money, like, where you can just go deal directly with a broker and have your own authority. That's almost the only way to do it. I've only seen a couple people that have talked to me where they're actually making real money by leasing a truck. So buying your own truck like this and then dispatching yourself, yeah, but I personally, that's just me, right? I want a warranty, especially on my first truck. I'm just too nervous about it to have the truck break down 2 weeks after I get it, and it's 6, 7, and he goes, oh, it's going to be $7,000, and you're broke, So that's that kind of stuff bothers me a lot. Yes, well, that's night. Scales are closed, no traffic. You're rolling. You put 2 new Bridgestones on this morning. Oh, are you paying for them yourself? You got your permit and intend to train yourself with your brother-in-law's truck. Nice. Do companies frown on this for someone who's gone through a formal training? No, well, that's a good question. A lot of them, if you don't have any experience, say on their websites at least, that they want somebody either with experience or that has gone through an approved truck driving course. So I'd recommend you start calling around right now for a company that you're interested in and see what they have to say before you do that. Because this is totally legal. I'm not saying it's not legal, but some companies frown on it. You bring home 2,600. Wow. Easier to park at noon? Yeah, that's the other thing. You're parking in reverse of everybody. How hard would be an American driver to go to Australia, for example, to work for a year? I don't know anything about how that might work. Working in another country, if you have to be sponsored. I bet the Australian Department of Truck Drivers that are coming over here to work for a year.com or whatever has something like that. But seriously, I bet that's easy on the Australian consulate or whatever on their website should say how that works. They'll put you with a trainer for team driving so you can be back. Yeah, that's not bad. There's no law about PC home. You can personal conveyance to your house as long as your company allows it as far as you want. I'm glad your company paid for your tires. You're sending me an extremely important email. Please respond back. I will. Let's see. Amber. Which is better, Werner or Schneider? Well, I don't know that much about Werner, but I know Schneider has a lot of opportunities, meaning like here they have day cabs, they have tankers, right? They have vans. So they have different things to do. And I like the idea that you could switch around between different things. And I don't know that much about Werner. But so if you switch completely from one thing to another, you're still working at the same company. And that way you're not losing any benefits or it's not like you're quitting, but it's like you did quit and went to another place. So that's what I think about Schneider because of all the different opportunities. Martin gives you a chance of a flight or Cracktown. Who's going to decide that? Yeah, I'll take the bus. Yeah, I know I have to go to Seattle and I live in Miami, but I just want to see the country. How do I feel about Walmart booting trucks from parking in their lot, but allow campers? Oh, this is probably at their stores. Have you looked around outside the lot? And by the way, sometimes the city doesn't allow commercial vehicles to park, and so some of them don't have any choice. No commercial vehicle parking, that's for sure. And of course, as I've always said about other types of parking, as a private business, they could boot basically whoever they want, unfortunately. But I have to, since I say that, right, I have to maintain that for Walmart and every other private parking lot. They own the lot. If they don't want you, I don't want to go there. Go shop at Meijer. Walmart state requires school training of 160 hours. Huh. Or Washington. I'm thinking about Walmart, right? Something went with my vid. I look good over here. Let's see. Australia's tough. Yes. They boot campers as well. Yeah, I think some of them don't allow any parking. Schneider is good. They babysit you pretty hard. Don't cuss out a dispatcher. You shouldn't cuss out a dispatcher anyway, certainly. It may be a Walmart. Yeah, it might be the city. That's what I'm saying. It might be the city. Self-training. Yeah, what I'm saying about the self-training is that it depends on the company. Some of them I've seen say must either have experience or have gone through a truck school that has 100 and so many hours and is an accredited school. So find a place you want right now and ask them before you embark on this, because you may find that you're not going to be able to get to the place that you really want to go. So it's possible. It's possible. 15 years as class. Will you still get 15 years as Class B? Will you still get to look as a Class A rookie? Yep. You sure will. I put on the application that I have 15 years of driving experience and see what they say about it. That's not a lie. I'm not telling you to lie. But when they say driving experience, I just say 15 years driving experience. And, and see what and if they ask you, then, never lie to them. But I'm just saying, write it down truthfully, which is truth. You got a $175 ticket for parking at a Walmart while I was in the store. Well, it seems like you ought to be able to fight that with your receipt. Most companies still require training because, well, Richard is totally 100% on that. They require the training because the schools are terrible. That is correct. Yeah, Walmart drivers are not doing bad. They make good money. They're paid to sleep, but they also have the problem of their phone. They can request your phone records at any time up to the last 30 days, which have been verified by someone that left our company and works at Walmart. And so I'm not into that. The camera's bad enough where they're watching you while you're working. Your phone records, they can basically see who you called day and night, and that you have to give them the records. You agree to it in advance, and if they want them, they can get them. Now, people said, oh, it's only for accidents or whatever, but that's your whole phone record. And the paper does say, because we verified it, upon their request. So it doesn't have to be for any specific reason. It's just on their request. Let me try this first one here. All right, so I'm going to do a random number. All right, so I'm generating it. The number is going to be 8. All right, so I'm going to set the timer. When the timer goes off, that's when I'm going to give away. I'm not looking at the timer. All right, I'm just setting it there. You'll hear it go off. Then we'll do a Love's gift card. How's that? All right, so there's the timer is set, right? And it's just going to go off right there. So, and then we'll go 8 back from the person at the bottom. All right, that's how that's going to work. Used to train guys out of school. They don't know jack. Even when I went to truck school, the truck school told us, look, all we're doing for you is getting you your CDL. That's what they told us. That later your company would train you. And guess what? I just went to a local company, so I didn't get training. There wasn't a lot of that. CRST, I remember, came into our school then, but we didn't have a lot of places come to it, really. So a lot of places, now there's all this training and it's all required, but then you could pretty much go to work, right? Your buddy owns a truck but gets dispatched out. What do you think about that? Does he have his own authority? Who's dispatching him, I guess is the question. He gets dispatched. Is he leased on to a company, Big Huge Mike, or what's going on? Kansas, hello. Thanks for coming back. Schneider Bulk Company makes $400 a week balling. Yeah. I don't know anything about Godfrey. I've heard of them, but I don't know really anything about them. Is CDL school experience? Not really. It wouldn't count for a lot of experience. You don't get a lot of miles. Most Walmart drivers get a second phone they use for Walmart and just give them that phone access. Yeah, they say you could be fired for that. So I think what you'd have to do is get that in advance. Or you could get like a Google Voice number or something like that. But of course there's no bill on that. Or you could probably just tell them, I don't have a phone. I don't have a cell phone. So there's also that. So I don't know how they would get around it. The problem is when you hire on. That's the problem. You went to England, the school is bad, but you got a good trainer. Oh, that's something. Well, that's good anyway. Let's see, you started your 14 hours for my pop in the oil fields driving. Okay. You could think you could figure out on your own. Yes, you could, right. You could drive with your brother who's an active driver. You can. Right, but some places require that you've gone through an accredited truck school. So whether you are the best driver because you don't have experience, you've got the problem with that. I'm sacrificing your safety. Nice. Thank you, Tom, right? Loves does need a driver's lounge. They're just there, I just like them. Your CDL instructor told you there's teaching to pass the test. He runs under his own authority, and the guy dispatching him. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. What kind of money is he making? Because then you have the authority. You're not cycling it through another company, where you're leasing on. So then you can make good money on it. Godfrey Trucking has a lease deal for $1 a mile. That's terrible, right? Western Distribution. Western is really low pay. They have nice trucks, no pay. 36 cents I've read to start, right? No good. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. First time on the show, right? Most schools do a good job for the CDL exam. That is correct, but not beyond that. They're not really there to teach you that. Did I say I'm giving away Love's reward card? Yeah, at the bell, at the buzzer, we're going to go 8 back from the current comment. Who's going to sell it on out? I don't know. I think they will go up on the block. It's 34. I saw 36. Maybe it depends on experience. That's still really low, considering, that they pride themselves. Oh, we're a great place. Your husband went to Premier Driving Academy. That's good. Good instructors. Yeah, and hopefully not that many. I've seen some places they have 30 students per instructor. That's crazy. Are there any part-time over? Yeah, there are part-time over the road jobs. I would recommend if you want to do something like that part-time, sign up with a temp service, which we have in Indianapolis. There's tons of them all around the country. And the temp service can place you just for a week, for a few days, stuff like that. And I've seen a few companies say they will take temps, but not mainly. But a temp service, then you'd work when you want. You want to work this week, you could. Some of them have you fill in for drivers that are on vacation or whatever like that. And so, yeah, absolutely, right? That's the way to do it. Trying to get a new grad job that doesn't stink. They're out there, as you know. I think we've spoken on email as well, and they're around. It takes time. It takes time. I think we were talking about ABF. Have you considered Old Dominion? If there's one of those around you as well, at least here they're hiring. Rail. Oh, okay, that's a good idea, right? Comfortable man. I've talked about rail on to some people because they have all these different ways, and you can work literally half the year. Half of the year, 26 weeks, and be off 26 weeks at rail. So, yeah, that's great. Can you call U.S. Logistics for me in Minnesota? Yeah, U.S. Logistics. Nice. Can team drivers both live off the same truck? What do you mean by live off the same truck? What's the deal with temp service placing drivers? Well, it's the same. You hire on the temp service. They do all the same checks like you're hiring a trucking company, and then they put you with a company. And if you wanted part-time, they put you there. And some companies only hire through temp services. And that way, for 60 days or 90 days or whatever, then they can just fire you and you don't get any unemployment from them. They don't have to pay, that kind of stuff. That way they don't have any money and skin in the game, as we say. So it's 3 to 4 students per instructor. That is awesome, right? He went to Red Ice right out of school, got 10 months with them, but didn't get any OTR experience. Wishing he would have. I don't know. Just put down, yeah, you got experience at the next place. I have a year of experience. Again, we're not lying. We're saying, yeah, I have a year of experience, which is true. Who's best to lease a truck from? I'm not a fan of leasing a truck at all. Get to buy the truck yourself. The truck is a piece of equipment. Because when you lease or whatever, you are an owner-operator. You're an entrepreneur, okay? And that matters. Do you have any update on UPS Freight maybe going on strike? UPS thinks they might strike. UPS is like basically canceling all their LTL stuff. They're getting all of it delivered and waiting because they think people might go on strike there. So it might happen. It might happen. The drivers may walk. Maybe. Most temp services have you go on exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, a temp. And you should be able at a temp service to set your own schedule. So if you want some kind of part-time work, that's absolutely the way to do it. Oh, Intermodal let you work part-time? That's interesting too. If you're going to do a lease, do it with a third party, at least. Right. Some companies outside of the carrier will lease. Never lease from the carrier because then it's their truck. You want to control the equipment. But I'm still not a fan of the lease. Buy the truck yourself. Own the truck. And it's your truck. And really, get your own authority or run for somebody that has their own authority, not a huge company where they're taking these huge cuts. You work for a company part-time. Wow. And they treat you well and are upfront about everything. Small company, but they're a guy who rescues loads. Oh, that's a good idea, too. And thinking about it, your school had 16 students and 7 instructors. We have a driver who works part-time at another company only on Saturday. So, he works just 1 day a week there to make a little extra money. So I guess it is possible to work part-time and be hired on. He actually gets benefits. They're like holidays and stuff, which is incredible to me. But, okay, so thinking about that. But I think temp service may be a better opportunity than a direct thing because you should be able to write your own schedule. 3 years and no CSE points driving at Western Express. They want 3 years for their little pay that they're giving you. They're giving you crumbs over there. I don't remember that. Yikes. Okay, thanks, sign cutter. Yeah, check. Now, you can't live in East Armpit nowhere land and expect to get, that you're going to have to be by a city that's got some trucking companies. So move out of East Armpit and into the city. And then you'll have plenty of opportunity, right? You got another letter and a lawsuit from your 6 months at Trans Scam. This one is them charging for satellite use. Oh, are you a company driver or owner? And did they charge company drivers for satellites? Let's see. IMCG hires or drivers in Memphis, Tennessee. North Dakota is East Armpit. There's less people in the state of North Dakota than there are in East Armpit. Trans Am is a joke. Trans Am has not been great to people, and it's my goal to get every one of these places closed in the next 6 months. That's maybe kind of a wild goal, though. I don't know if that will actually happen, but that's what I would like to see happen. Who's the best to lease onto? Well, it depends. A lot of it depends on what you want to do, of course, and their deal. Each place has different deals. Do you need insurance? Do you need, what do you need from the company? When do you need to get back? And part of it is, will they get you by your house? That's the first thing I ask people. Well, where do you live? That's the first thing. Don't know that much about Navajo. May Trucking told your husband at base sale $420.30 a mile. Oh, 30 cents. That's only slightly less than Western Express, or Western Distributing, those green trucks, by the way. Plus, remember, at May, you pay for the fuel that you use beyond the amount that they say. I should have a look at Traveloco. That's owner-operators, right, at Traveloco? Trans Am has gone downhill. They can't go, there's nowhere else for them to go but uphill. I apologize for the sounds. I forgot to turn the sound of my phone off, so I can't, and I can't turn it off now, or I'd have to stop the stream, so I'm very sorry. Schneider's paying 36 cents. Is it 1993? Apparently there it is. Some of them pay hourly. At least here, they have hourly day cab drivers. Your brother lived in California and Werner took him 7 months. Werner runs the nation. They should be able to get the guy home. 7 months. When he came home, that should have been it. Did he look like he'd just been out in the wilderness? He had this big beard and just hello, everyone. Nobody knows who he is, right? Is $16 an hour an experience running logs to dead fish every day good, or should I ask for more money? $16 an hour? That's pretty low. I don't know where dead fish is, but that's low. They're stuck in time. Okay, I thank you. I appreciate that, but I just want to say I normally have that turned off, and today I forgot. Nope, not right. Oh, right, it's not. No, it's sitting over here clicking, right. How's the company Prime? I don't like the fact that you have to pay a lot of stuff back from, you have to pay a lot of things back in Prime when you're in school, like food and stuff like that. You have to sign a promissory note to pay it back, and I don't really like that. Because they say, oh, it doesn't cost anything. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything out of your pocket. I just rather they were upfront about it. Just be upfront about it. This is what it costs. Here's the payback. Werner blew you off because of North Dakota. Yeah, maybe they can't get you home. That is the problem there. If they really don't have loads. I mean, how many loads? 2 loads supplies the whole state for a year of groceries. So 50 cents a mile. Yeah, I like 50. I'm at 50, right? I'm with it. I would say, yeah, but what do you think? Is it enough money for the work you're doing? Oh, can you hear it? Can you hear it ticking? All right. What crap into my Christmas garland? That was holiday. That was Halloween garland. It's past Halloween. Christmas. It's not Christmas yet. So we're switching it out, right? Each holiday, get new stuff. Traveloka requires 3 years with their truck or 2 years with your own. Oh, I didn't know they lease trucks out. I'm not a fan of that. Bring your own truck. Have I heard anything about Schneider Jet Set? Yeah, super fascinating. You get to fly. They'll fly you around the country. You can sign up, and they fly you where they need you. You drive, and then they fly you back home. I think you get, I think it's 3 weeks in one, or maybe 2 weeks in one. I don't know exactly on the times. But they'll fly you, because they have drivers from Alaska that come down here to drive. So, really, they fly you to where maybe they need you down here, and then they fly you back home after your 2 or 3 weeks are done. I don't remember the length of time out it is. So yeah, so you're like a jet setter, and if you could keep all those points, those miles yourself, you could really rack up some miles and get a nice vacation. I should have had a skeleton for Halloween. Well, I don't want to get all crazy. I mean, I just want to keep it festive here. We don't want to scare the kids. They keep telling you they don't have any trucks. They have trucks. Believe me, everybody's got trucks sitting around. For sure. Everybody's got trucks. And Thanksgiving garland, I looked for it. Didn't see any. So until I get some good Thanksgiving things, nothing up there but the painting. This is hand painted by a friend of my wife, by the way. She was very good. So you like to scare kids. Yeah, when they come to the door. I don't want to get them all scared on here. Jet set isn't a mileage play. Each account they fly you to is potentially a different pay. Yeah, I didn't realize that part. I know that I've seen they fly you around to different places. What's the word on payback lawsuits? Nothing yet. The lawyers will take a lot of it, but Werner is appealing their suit, and so these take a lot of time. There's a Swift suit. Actually, Krishner's got a suit. A lot of these places are getting sued. It's Christmas at Walmart. Yeah, I shop at Meijer. Why pay more? And so, yes, it is Christmas there too. They totally skipped over. That's why I couldn't get any Thanksgiving things. They totally skipped it over. Drivers need to buy a CB and leave them on. Yeah, CB start at like $29. Go get a CB and turn it on. And really spend $100, $120. Get a good CB. It'll last you for years. Rather than cheaping out and having to buy a $30 CB every year. A good one will last you forever. Halloween's great to Christmas. That's how the store went too, and that's how some of these companies, some of their pay is still Halloween scary though. You want to run the ice roads in Alaska? Well, watch that show, Ice Road Truckers, and apply to those companies. They're legit. They're legitimate companies. Apply, and I'm sure they get tons of applications since the show's been on. Seems a lot more people are running hot shots. How many people have I had on the live stream at the same time? 180 has been the most I've seen on here. Because I have a number up at the top there. Oh, there it is. Going 8 back right from there. 1. So we're going 8 back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kansas Kid wins this one. Please list your wins the card. Kansas Kid was 8 back. So list your city or zip code, sir or ma'am, in the comments. And you win the First Loves card. All right. So, and I'll need that in the comments to match your email, your address that you will send me. Kansas Kid. Okay, Kansas Kid just wrote in there, you won this card because you were 8 back. All right. So, zip code or city, please, in the comments right now. All right. So, and then you can email me your address. At mark@truckinganswersnation.com. Kansas Kid waiting for it to come up there. You should got life insurance. Yeah, you should always have life insurance anyway, right? Just waiting for it to come up. There it is. Excellent. Kansas Kid, thank you, Hutchinson. So I'll need an address that matches that. mark@truckinganswersnation.com. Also, it is in the description, so you don't have to do it right now. You can do it anytime this week, and I will mail this to you. All right, so now we will do another random number for the next one, which will be 13. Random number generates 13. Reset the timer. Time is it anyway? All right, we'll reset the timer. And there it is, timer clicking. All right, back to my comments. Is 5-cent raise good for 6 months? It depends where you started, right? If we started at 30 cents, then not great. So I have, somebody said boo, right? I got more of these here, so don't worry about that, right? All right, so it depends where you started. If you're at Western, distributing in the 30s, any raise is good for you. Somebody wrote in with this Viraha thing too, and that really bothers me. At $11,500, is anybody else having this at any of these companies where they're having you sign a contract that is different what they originally said? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Hope is okay. By the way, you can see me at the truck show in Louisville, and I hope you'll all be there at the Mid-America truck show. And I'll be there live with Jay from Auto Transport Intel. He's going to go live too. He has a live show, as I like to mention, on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. I hope you'll go watch it on YouTube. He and I will both be broadcasting live down at Mid-America, hopefully the whole weekend. It's just going to be a lot of fun. I hope to meet everybody. I'll have more Loves cards there, so come and see me down there and just say hi. It's going to be great. It's in Louisville, and you can get tickets starting December 1st for free at the Mid-America Truck Show website. And so don't go to the door. It's $10. Get those tickets for free. 70-some thousand people went last year. Be one of those people. It's like Mecca. You have to go. How about Schneider's LTL e-commerce freight division? What the heck? What the heck is that? LTL e-commerce? Can you enter my competition with a postcode? What is the competition for the United States? If the postcode is somewhere international, I can't do international because I have to follow all the laws of every country. So it depends where you were. And, so it has to be a United States zip or a city because the address has got to go here. Okay, so graduated at the top of your class, had 2 students, helped get through it, tell the owner they wouldn't have made it without me. Nice. And now you're an instructor there. That's good. That's great. Your company doesn't have a contract. I've seen some of these people, though, where they go in and the contract is different than what they're doing. Because like Vera, how they're showing $6,800 on their website, and the contract that he showed me, which he sent in, is over $11,000. That's way different. I actually sent him an email and said, "What's the deal?" So I'm waiting to hear back from them on what the deal is, because they spring this on you once you're already there. You have a lot less, power or to pull to just walk out. Now you're not at home. You just went through there and they got this thing for you to sign. What are you supposed to do, right? What are you supposed to do? You're in Minnesota and you'll be on the road during the truck show. It's the last weekend of March for people that were wondering, which I didn't say. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday in March is the truck show. Who puts you on a jet and flies you from place to place? That sounds crazy. Yeah, Schneider does. Schneider, and who is it? Somebody remembers this. There's some other company doing it too. Oil field companies fly you out in a jet too. Nice. Schneider will fly you back and forth, all over. What about GATS? The Great American Truck Show was later next year. That comes after Mid-America, right? That's late in the summer. And I hope to be there as well. That's in Dallas, and I do hope to be there as well. That sounds crazy. And here's the thing of it. If they have all this money to fly you around, why don't they just give everybody a raise? And they'd have people to drive. Instead of flying you somewhere, why don't they give everybody a raise instead of flying people around on jets all the time? The companies spend all this money to get people and no money to keep people. Even here, we have a huge sign-on bonus. It varies. It's $7,000 or $8,000 now. But nothing, there's no retention bonus. And I see that at so many places. The $10,000, $15,000, but nothing retention. Oh, you're already here. Too bad. Get lost. It's just ridiculous. Then people quit and they're like, well, we better have a gigantic bonus to get somebody to come on here again. It's nap time. Oh, okay. Run hard and get paid. Yes, we need to talk to him too. Send mama a check. Okay, catch you on the flip side, as they say. Good. Thanks for coming in anyway. Appreciate it. Who's paying $3,000? Nobody yet. Red Classic has retention bonus. They run a lot of ads. All right, I shouldn't say nobody. Most places don't care about you once you're there. They just they're here. Let's work on getting more people. And they don't care anything about keeping you. And that's a disappointing part. You started at 39 cents, and after 6 months, you got a rate 5 cents. So you're in the mid-40s, right? At 6 months, I'll put that mid-pack and say, how did they treat you? Is it worth the treatment? Are you getting treated good? Where's the Mid-America? The Mid-America Truck Show is in Louisville, Kentucky, the last week of March. Tickets are available starting December 1st on the Mid-America Truck Show website. And if you're going, get your tickets in advance because they're $10 at the door and they're free if you sign up in advance. So it's worth getting the tickets in advance. Even if you think you're going, just have them send you tickets and then you've at least got them. You don't have to use them. They don't come to your house and drag you over to the Mid-America Truck Show, okay? They don't do it. You don't have to go if you have the ticket. Get over here. Oil field companies do list on job sites, yes. What should be a good company to have to pay for their drivers to recommend them? Give that money as raises. You know, why should a good company have to pay for their drivers to recommend? I totally agree with you, right? I totally agree with you. That's a good point. You know, companies always pay, oh, you can go out and recruit drivers for us. Well, they have recruiters. And, you know, I don't ever recruit for my company. I don't even mention them on here. And they have recruiting bonuses here too. And I always wonder that. If it's such a good of a place, why do you have to pay people to recommend it? You know, you don't see, you know, like UPS, I don't think they have a recruiting bonus. Maybe they do. But like places that pay really good, they don't have a problem getting people like some other places do. So I totally agree. They shouldn't have to pay anybody. You're overloaded your weight by 2,000. Your boss told me I don't deserve to see my family. Yikes. Yikes. It's time to get out of there post haste because that guy, that isn't going to get any better. I mean, stuff happens. Holy mackerel. Okay, so you're overloaded. We'll deal with it and move on, right? Stuff happens. Stuff happens to everybody. Nobody's perfect. Jeez, that's way overreaction. It's not like you killed a bus full of nuns, like they say, where you're smoking crack. Come on, people. Doesn't Iowa have a huge truck gathering every year? Wild Bill says yes. And next year at the Walcott Truckers Jamboree in July is going to be Trucking Answers gathering also, which was suggested on this channel some time ago. I will be there, and I want everybody to be there. I'm trying to see if I can get a table or some kind of display there or something. And if not, I'll be there for the whole Trucking Jamboree as well. It's going to be Trucking Answers Mania there. I hope everybody will be there, and I want to see everybody at that. It's in July, around the 4th. I think it's a week or two after the 4th at Walcott, Iowa, at the world's largest truck stop, self-proclaimed, and it's a TA. It's a TA. If you haven't been there, you should go. We all need a raise. That is correct. Oilfield jobs, you do need a tanker. You're going to hear the ticking in your head. Yes, you can't get it out of your head. UPS pays employees money. Okay, so they do pay. They pay too. They shouldn't have to. Mid-August. I think the Trucking Jamboree is July. Walcott is the largest truck stop in the country. What, 1,000 place? They have a dog wash. If you've never been there, you can come and wash your dog at the truck wash. It's a self-service dog wash. I've never seen such a thing, really. Walcott is Iowa 80. Gats, okay, Gats is in August. Yeah, it's later in the summer. We'll be talking about that as we get closer to it. Can you wash your wife? If she fits in the dog wash, you can, I guess. You could just hose her down, apparently. Oh, great. Well, good, Amanda. Yeah, come on out and say hi, right? Amber, yes, maybe. McLean is paying $10,000. Wow. See, that's crazy. They could split that up between drivers, and then drivers would just say, oh, I'll just recruit people because it's such a great place to work, right? Oh, thanks, M. Gomez. I appreciate it. You have a good day, too, if you're taking off. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, look, if you have $2,500 a week, it's good money. Yeah. Part of it is treatment. Pay isn't 100% of everything. I always say that. Pay is not everything. Are you being treated well? That's half the battle. If you have to fight with your company every day, who cares if you get a large check? If you're ready to, bang your head on the wall every single day, you got to fight with them. It's crazy. You don't want it. You don't want that. You and your husband all watch the videos. Thanks. I appreciate that. Okay, KW, thanks for coming in. Yeah, come pop in every time. I'm here every Monday. Every Monday. You average above 2,500. Well, if you look around, you can look around. It doesn't cost anything to look around for another place to work, right? And see, is another nickel, 10 cents worth it? Depends. What if the insurance is another $150 a week? The total amount matters. Have I heard of beard trucking? Just a shameless plug. No, is it beards only there? But no, I've never heard of it. I wouldn't say that to my wife for sure. I'll get bonked on the head with a pan. Probably headed in here now. I've got to watch over there. Money isn't everything. Yes, I totally agree. You got to make a decent amount of money. Okay, we can't say, well, 30 cents is awesome, but if you're getting the amount of money that you need and you're being treated well, that's worth better than going somewhere for a dime where they berate you like M. Gomez was. That's crazy to say you don't deserve to go home. That's crazy. Just that's enough to walk out on that guy. I should do more reviews. Yes, there's more coming. I have some days off coming. I hope to get quite a few out of larger places that I've been looking into here. Going to do a dog and pony show in Spartanburg. Really? Where's the Denny's corporate headquarters? You're still limited if you drive automatics? I don't know. Really? Is there that many places that have a problem with that? TMC, I don't like TMC just because of the babying they do. Make you make your bed. Who has to make their bed every day? Why do I have to make my bed in the truck? Which is true. They inspect your truck when you come into the terminal. The bed has to be made. They get in there and look at it. How do I get the time out to see all these truck shows? I'm only mentioning a couple of truck shows. I mean, I'm taking the end of March off. And July, I'll take a few days off for that as well. I get about 5 weeks off every year of vacation. Oh, it's in Spartanburg. Okay, so it's right down the street. Oh, good. That's pretty good. It's like a homecoming for you when you go back there. You make your bed or your choose. You'll make your bed and you'll like it at that place. That's for sure, because they give you some kind of demerit. There's some kind of point system for not having it made. Family's super important. That's what's more important than the pay. What good is all the pay if you come home to an empty house because everybody's left you, including the dog? You could use more, but have a line to the owner. Yes, that's worth money. That's worth having something. Benefits, equipment, yes. Only mega carriers go automatics? I don't know. I'm not a mega carrier. We have 50-50, and all the new trucks coming in are automatics. All of them coming in are, and we'll take people, and that's what I'm seeing when I'm asking other drivers, that companies seem to be taking people either way. Boss paid you to return a load to shipper because the receiver was disrespectful. Now that's a place you should retire from. If I wanted someone to watch to see if my bed was made, I would move in with my mother. Yeah, well, apparently your mother or father's going to come out when the truck comes through their service thing to look at your bed. And I've asked people, it's totally true. You're still limited. Yes, you are still limited. Let's not minimize that. If you only have the automatic, you are. But there are companies that have them. I think it's 50-50. And if your best bet, if all you can do is get in on a place that'll get you the automatic, you have your license. You can get a job, make money, and work into doing something better. What happens when the streetlights go out is the automatic truck? What is the automatic truck? That's an automated truck. That's different. Automatics are terrible for heavy loads. I haven't had any problems, right? You put it in manual mode and then shift it yourself. It'll hold gears, so no sweat. Because it's really an automated manual truck. You make time for yourself, and when you make a lot of money, you don't get the time at home. A lot of people don't understand. Yes, the companies don't care if you're home. That's true. What do they care? You're out making them money. So, they would rather you ran all the time. You made your bed this morning. Good. My bed is not made here at home, so I'm not making the one in the truck either. My Mac takes hills like a champ. Yes, I agree. On hills, slap it in manual, hold that thing down, manual mode, you got it made. I don't find any difference really than anything. The new automatics are 12 speeds. Yes, that's what I have. That's correct. The Mac Anthem is a great truck. Nice. Oh, you have a new Anthem? Sweet. Make mama make the bed. Yeah, just me there in the truck. I'll have to make my own bed. Nice. Those are just out. So is that all Mac in that Mac Anthem, or is that just the engine? Or just one part of it? Or is it Mac all the way through with the gold bulldog on it? Yeah, why don't we go and check their bed at their house at TMC? Oh, that's interesting. It's just ridiculous that they have you make your bed. What do they care? Free meal. Yeah, free meal, free delicious meal. We'll have to talk to Mr. Skeptical about that. I think we can get a free meal from him. We have bad weather coming. Nothing bad here. Rain. It's going to be cold later this week, but no bad weather yet. 98% of new Red Classic drivers get the Mac Anthem. Man, that they ought to put that in their ads. I think I've seen it in maybe one of their ads. They forever come up on Instagram, where you can find me at Trucking Answers, by the way. If Mac and Volvo merge, how come Mac has the whatever engine and the Volvo is the green? I don't know. Aren't Macs? They're still using all their Mac stuff, right? Your rig is spotless. Good. I always say keep it clean, but if you go in and something like that inside the truck, that shouldn't make any difference. 75 degrees, nice. You can just pipe down over there in your warm weather. This truck is all Mac. All right, so you get the gold. They still putting the gold Bulldog. Tell me they still have it gold out there. Mr. Skeptical, agree. 13 speed is the best. Road, city, 100%. First year in trucking. Debating leaving your company and it would owe money. Should I suck it up and stay for my year term and look elsewhere or start looking now? Always start looking as early as possible because it may take you time to find the right company. So start now. It doesn't hurt to start. And you can always tell them, hey, I got my year coming up at this date or whatever, and I want to switch. So you can do that. You have a Chrome Bulldog. It always used to be that the gold one on a Mac was all Mac. A gold dog on a Mac used to mean all dog. Well, I thought it used to mean all Mac. The silver ones meant some part of it wasn't Mac. You had a non-Mac transmission or rear end or whatever. But the gold one, all the way front to back, is Mac, which rhymed. Thank you. I rhymed it. But that's what the gold one meant. All Mac all the way through it. Right, Amber says it means it's all Mac. Yeah, all the way, front to back, rears, transmission, axles, everything, engine, all Mac, all the way through it. I do my best on that stuff, because of some old band stuff that I used to do. It speaks to a driver's cleanliness. Like I say about a stinky driver, if you can't make your bed, what can you do, right? Well, I don't know that the bed is the same as, taking a shower every day. I mean, I don't know about that. And plus, that doesn't affect anything with their customers or whatever. They're looking at it, the whole truck has to be clean or whatever. I'm just not a fan of them checking your bed. I'm really not. What's the most important question to ask a prospective company? It depends on what you want. What do you want from the company? Oh, what do you know? 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Richard Vaughn is number 13 on my screen for the Loves card. Richard Vaughn. Please send your zip or city in the comments and so that I can match it with the address that you will send me. And then we will move on with the next one. So I will get a drink while I'm waiting. Waiting for, there it is. Richard Vaughn is, my screen is slightly behind on that. So, waiting with the gold dog in my head. My R model Mac had a silver dog on it, by the way. Because it had was not all Mac all the way through it. I'm glad they still have that on there. Probably the last one that still keeps that. They're taking all that off the cars, too. Still waiting for Richard. That's why I'm holding that. Let's see. First time on an operation manager. I have some advice for those drivers looking to get paid without having to worry about what they make per mile. That's interesting. Let us know what that is. All right. Good. There's Richard. So, please email me an address to send that card to, and that matches that city, and I'll get that out. Mark at truckinganswersnation.com, and that's also in the description. So you don't have to send it right now. You may not be driving. There's the next one sitting there. We're going to do another number. So the next number from the random number generator is 12. 12, and we set it and forget it. All right, 12. So, yeah, yours is not as special. You're missing something in it if it isn't gold. It's not, yikes. I'm seeing foreign languages, which I don't know. This is your first experience with a Mac. I've never driven any of the new Macs. And so I'd really love to get my hands into one of them. Hopefully they'll have them opened up at the truck show. They do a lot of that down there, so that's nothing. You should come in there and do that as well. Just to go poking around in the trucks, sit in them, you can talk to the representatives, everything like that. If you're a truck driver, you need a fly swatter. Nice. Wonder if there's any government here. Oh, right. I probably am on some kind of list for sure. Ron Popeil. You know, I have a Popeil pocket fisherman around here somewhere with the optional belt holder for it. So it's Polish. Nice. Yeah, I don't think my wife speaks enough Polish to read it though. And my friend from Romania, which is a neighbor, he probably could do it, but he's not here. What is a good local company? Angie says. Well, you know, I always start on those companies with Old Dominion, which I love, right? ABF, which I did a video about. You know, any of those places. Holland, let's see, Hogan, and any kind of local company, like here in Indianapolis, in the Indianapolis area, they have CVS. They're a drugstore. They hire local drivers. So look at the ads for that kind of thing. NFI does a lot of logistics work. Penske does a lot of logistics work with companies. And so most of those drivers are home daily. But if you're near a large city, Old Dominion, you know, R&L, ABF, all those type of places would get him home every day and make an excellent paycheck. Especially Old Dominion, right? I'm a huge fan of places like that. You really pay good. Yeah, you've had other drivers want to know about your truck for sure. I want to know about it too. If I saw you, I'd go look at it also. K&B doesn't like me. Nah, they probably don't. They should stop harassing their drivers. He sold means to those pocket fishermen. Yeah, I got one of them as a kid. Your Mac is missing the dog. The dog fell off, went to wherever the Mac dogs go. He would like to be hauling milk. Oh, that's interesting. Local would like hauling milk. You know, up here they advertise, Ruan actually advertises a milk hauling job here. That's home every day. They pay $207, some weird amount every day, $210 a day, but it's like 10 hours, 8 hours to 10 hours, and it's a drop and hook. Check into Ruan and see, you know, and that would be for anybody, local also, because they're a logistics place as well. You have 520 on your Mac? Wow. I have a 230 on my Freightliner. A gasoline, local, yes. I switched to that. I announced that here a few weeks ago, or a few months ago now, right? Oh, all right, Matt. I'm waiting. Bring that right by. Phoenix. Oh, and Phoenix. All right, yeah. Phoenix has got to have local jobs. Look, depending on what it pays, there might be hourly jobs at Swift or Knight out there for day cabs to run a bunch of local runs. You know, if it paid enough an hour, it'd be worth doing it. So check those larger places. A lot of larger places have day cabs that run cities and that are home every day and pay people hourly. You know, you can make, you know, they probably paying good money because they have to compete with everybody else. So I'd check into Swift and stuff out in Phoenix to see if they have a day cab. I don't know what it pays. It might not pay anything. But you might be able to get in on a day cab and get a full, huge, large company worth of benefits and be home every day still. So that's worth checking into as well. Let's see, milk. Yeah, right. Amanda, I tried to, right? I just say what I think is the best to get these places shut down. Your Mac is unlimited, so one day it will see me. Oh, yeah, well, you will pass me. My Freightliner is 65, so you'll for sure pass me. Milk local is, okay, $800 a week. Ooh, well, driving a small milk truck hauling Barber's milk to Dollar Generals and Family Dollar. $800, I mean, if it's a straight truck, maybe I could do it. That seems a little low. I guess it depends how many hours it is, too. How many hours are we working to get $800? Jared, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, Rail has local all over. Yeah, a lot of these large companies, like Rail and all these, do it for, people. So you might be able to find a large company and get you a local job. Even though people on the road sit around for nothing, you go into docks and get paid by the hour plus overtime. Worth it. Let's see. Okay, so it's a straight truck for $800. How many hours is it? How many hours a week? 50 hours, and that's not enough. I don't think that's enough money. Do you have a CDL? Because that's, 17 something with overtime. That's not great. Let's do a midterm election poll of the audience. I'm not doing any election polling. I try to totally stay out of politics. There's tons of channels for that. But politics, right, I have 4 people watching in 10 seconds and everybody be fighting with each other. So this is not, I won't be doing any polls like that on this channel. That's for sure. All I'll say is everybody should vote. I'd rather everybody voted than the way it is now, which is like nobody votes. Can I wear a cow suit with teat earmuffs in the winter hauling milk? Yes. You can also wear it when you get your lunch at Chick-fil-A. And I don't know if it's one day. Maybe it's one day a year, but there's a day when you could dress up and then get a free sandwich. But I'm not sure if it's every day. I think, though, Amanda, 50 hours is not, at 800 is not super great. But it depends. Are you treated well? What do you think? Is there a better paying job that you're looking into? Is that why it's bothering you? It's kind of low. It's only 40 grand. I mean, that's low. If you have a CDLA, right, like you're saying, get a milk job that with an A license, or some kind of local job and make a little more money. Day cab Swift Phoenix tapes $14 an hour. That's not enough. Okay, see, I didn't know. I know they have them. 14, no way. That's 12 at Target for teenagers to work in the store. 400,000, you have to replace the DEF filter or else the red engine of death code costs mucho dinero. But Richard, it doesn't cost me mucho dinero, right? Well, you're passing me. My company pays for the DEF filter. And by the way, no DEF problems on my Freightliner. I know people complain about, there's DEF problems. I've had no problems. I got the truck new. Looking for a good company coming out of a refresher course. It's going to be the same as a new student. So if you want to be over the road, you want to be local, where do you want to go? Yeah. Well, thank you, Lauren. Right. No, let's keep the drama to the minimum and the politics out of it, right? That just doesn't lead anywhere good, for sure. We're trying to talk about trucking. You want to talk about politics? Oh my God, turn the CBM right now, for sure. No way, Swift. Well, I'm just throwing it out there. I didn't know what it pays. Local in El Paso, it cannot be $9 an hour. There's no way a driver gets $9 an hour. Who's paying $9 an hour for a truck driver? No way. You need to get your CDL again after 8 years. You're starting just like everybody else. And my suggestion always is pay for it yourself if you can afford it. And if not, try to get a grant. Many states, this is for anybody, have grants from the Department of Unemployment to put people through truck school. And it doesn't matter if you're unemployed. You can be working and still get the grant. It's retraining. Call them. And if not, you're going to have to go to a place that will sponsor you, one of these schools. That's for sure. You won't have any choice if you can't do one of those two ways. But for sure, try to pay for it yourself. You won't be beholden to an overlord, that holds it over your head for a year or more. 100,000 miles, complete system failure on your 17 Western Star. That's a shame because that's my favorite truck. Western Stars, I just love them. Of course, it's not a Western Star engine, so we can't blame it for that. A lot of seafood haulers met in Mobile, Alabama, only 10 to 12 an hour. Man, who's getting $10 an hour? Oh, the filter's required. Okay, so it's a required replacement. Okay, that's good. We keep them past 400, so I don't have any max. There's no max here for us. I don't know if I've ever seen a max. Okay, yes, there is severe weather in the southeast. I saw that. It's bad. And remember, you ultimately are the captain of your truck, and so if it's unsafe, park it. I don't care what the company says or whatever. It doesn't make any difference. Park it and, let them deal with it. When it's safe, you can drive again. Yeah, that's too bad, Amos. I mean, they're so good. At least while you're sitting there waiting, you're in a great-looking truck where you're waiting for road service. Or somebody come and tow you away. I mean, man. You're like one of the nicest trucks on the road, on the shoulder. Prime just baked the filter and reset the code and sold the truck. Yeah, nice. I don't doubt. They act like it's okay because they take the truck home. It's low. The wind is going to be bad. If you personally, whoever's driving, think it's unsafe, you park it somewhere safe and legal and wait for whatever storm. It doesn't matter that everybody else is going. It doesn't make any difference at all. You made your bed and your dog jumped on it and patted it down. Well, see, you got the dog helping you. I don't have a dog helping me. So that's good. How much do I net? Enough, apparently. Come to South Dakota at the end, $9 an hour while everyone leaves. There's no way Jeff, look, there's no way drivers are making $9 an hour. There's just no way. I just can't believe it. They're paying $12 here at Target for teenagers. White Castle, which is a restaurant here, is $10. Yes, I agree, Amber. Right, pets are kids. Totally agree. TMC won't approve. Yeah, TMC's not going to like those dog feed. I don't know if they even allow pets. The DEF filter timer is on my Cascadia. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's Amos. Amos gets the card. So Amos, where are you right there? Amos Eichner gets the card. Please zip in your zip code or city there on the comments so that I can have a good address to send it to. So that, there's not any kind of scam or whatever. All right, there it is. Remember, Mark at truckinganswersnation.com. Send me your address. You don't have to do it right now, whenever you're ready. It's also in the description. All right, so we're going to do another random number for generator for the next one. The number is 10, and we're going to reset it, and off we go. And the ticking begins. Dogs are family too. Look, nobody is bigger on pets than me, for sure. Yes, number 10. Okay, Lindolf. Okay, get some chow. I recommend Denny's. Dashcam will be the last one given away with the 32 gig card to go with it. So perfect. Yeah, it probably does have some kind of time on it or whatever, but as a company driver, I don't know what the time is on the DEF filter personally, and, it goes in for regular service or whatever, and so they take care of it presumably, right? I mean, all I know is I get the little sticker, and when it's getting close to the time, I call them and say, do you want to bring it now, or you want to do it on a weekend, or do you want to give me a truck? What do you want to do? So that's how I do it with my truck, and if they go, no, we got to wait a few days. That's why I call them a little early on the sticker so that they have time to get it in on time or whatever. How many giveaways am I giving? Because I'm giving 5 of these Loves gift cards. Okay, right there. I have 5 of them to give away. There's 2 more of those. And this dash cam right there, which is new and rated highly on Amazon. And the 32 gig card to go with it, because it didn't have a card with it. I mean, who does that? So that's the story on that. Your filter needs to be cleaned every 200,000 miles. What do? I assume the mechanic does it, right? So there's nothing to do to it. I mean, I never have to do anything. And by the way, for those asking, which has been nobody so far, I've never had to do a parked regeneration on it, which I think is really great. So, many people, when we had internationals with those Max Force horrible engines, I'd have to regenerate that thing sometimes every week. Every week the light would come on. Crazy. I have not done a regen on this in over 200,000 miles. You like the number 10? No, not quite. That is good, though. That's very good. Your company changes the DPF at $250,000. I don't know what they'll do here. Believe me, they're not going to do more than is required by the manufacturer, for sure. The DD15 is a great engine. That's what we're running here in these. I like it with the 12-speed automatic. It's done fine with really no problems. DEF filter cleaning on a Cascadia equals red code of death. So what, I'll get the engine, well, I have to park it or whatever. That is, I'm just getting another comment there. So I apologize again for any noises. I forgot to turn it off. Sorry. And so I can't go and turn it off or I'll stop the stream, so I can't do it. So you had 3 Cascadias, all ran awesome. We've gotten the Evolutions for a while. I like those. And then they went to this new bodied one, which I got one of these. And I really like it. As I say many times, worth it just for the lights. They replaced for $14,000 or bake in an oven for $3,000. They bake these things, literally bake them. And it's 14 grand. I don't see my company spending $14,000 on anything. Can they run a something through it like a guy that shoves down the chimney? Because that's more likely what's probably happening here. Older truck, 99, no DEF. But then you're driving a truck that is currently 19 years old. So then we have these other problems. You love your T680 10-speed automatic. Just leave it in ninth before you hit the hills. So you put it in manual, right? That's what I was saying. And it'll hold a gear. That's an any automatic. And then you've got the hills made. You've got it made. First time yours went in to get cleaned, they had to replace the whole DEF system. We've had a couple of trucks, okay, not me, but we've had a couple of trucks where the entire DEF system has had to be replaced. They pull everything out for sure. So I just have been lucky with this one. It's not like I do anything to it. I'm a company driver, so I'm just driving it. It just hasn't had any problems. Thanks, Amanda. I just want everybody to know that, I normally turn that off. Not exactly Spielberg here, but I do try to think about that stuff. I just forgot about it today. Manual or automatic, which do I choose? I like a 13-speed manual, but, I drive this automatic, so, I like it too. For the times where you're in traffic or whatever, man, I'm really a fan of them. And so I think the more of them they get, the better off it is. Mike, hello. Thanks for coming in today. You looking to get your CDL? Been binge watching my videos. Comrade Trump, nice name. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. By the way, since you're new here, right, and you've been watching, I'm live every Monday at 1 p.m. Okay, Eastern time. So I go every Monday, rain or shine. It doesn't matter what the weather is. We're live here every Monday, usually a couple, 2.5 hours maybe. And just bring whatever questions you want and try to get to all the comments. And so that's what we do here. What's a good first truck to buy if you want to go owner-operator? The one that gets the best fuel mileage. And that's a serious, I'm serious about that. So one that gets the best fuel mileage, because that's where your money comes from. The fuel is the biggest, hugest expense. I'm getting tons of comments and stuff, I'm sorry. Their biggest expense is fuel. So one that gets the best mileage. I'm in the 8s with these. I know the Cascadias that are where they're set up right do really good. It's nice to have a long nose, but it's nicer to be able to pay your bills and keep the power on. So I think that's better. And when you go look at a truck, especially at a dealer, you can have them plug it in, and it can show a lifetime average of that truck through the computer. It has a lifetime average on the truck. So you'll see what's been the life of this truck. They can say whatever they want. Just tell them to plug it in and give it to you, right? And if they won't, you want to get it looked at a mechanic, you probably would. Have them tell you what's the lifetime fuel mileage average of this truck. Oh, so there's storms and possible tornadoes around Memphis. That's not good. Thank you, Amanda. Happy Monday to you. Your on guard locked the brakes for a Pop-Tart wrapper. Are we going to get into on guard? You're just going to enrage me. I hate it. In the wintertime, I hate it. The on guard system, which is a system that has a radar unit on the front of the truck that sends radar out. If it thinks there's something that you're going to hit, it has what's called collision mitigation. And so it will apply the brakes. You won't stop fully, but it tries to slow the truck down and reduce the accident. It reduces the collision. It mitigates it. And so anything that it could block that, it can apply the brakes. And road signs block it. Just you're turning. I've been on corners where you're turning and there's a sign with the arrow that's pointing to turn. It sees that and thinks you're going at it. And so it applies the brakes. I hate it, especially in the winter. Somebody pulls in front of you in the winter and the brakes on the truck apply and you have no way to do anything about it. Like I say, if you were to take some aluminum foil, like a piece of cardboard that was the size of that and wrap it with aluminum foil and then put some kind of tape over that, like Gorilla Tape, and then attach it to the front of the truck so it blocked that. It wouldn't do that. And now that's something, I just want to put that out there so that if you ever see it, you be sure to take it off of there, because you shouldn't do it, especially in the winter, so that it can always be turned on. So that's what I'm saying. Be sure to, if you look at it, you'll see it come off of there. Take it off for sure. You don't want that kind of thing on there blocking, it from applying the brakes on full blast at any time. For an owner, fuel company doesn't make everything. You make the most. That is true. But look, the more money you make, more money if you spend less on fuel. Let's be honest about that. You have the Bendix Wingman Advance. I have never seen that. Can a company driver have jobs, main, Monday, Friday, and side job on the weekend? You'd have to legally log any compensated work as on-duty time. You catch me lying every week? Good. I try to lie at least once a week. Thank you very much. Custom Pallet Specialties. I have a Freightliner Cascadia. Let's see. OnGuard will lock the brakes up for no reason. It just reads a sign or whatever and the brakes lock. In the winter, this can cause an accident. We don't want that. You don't want to have an accident. You have nothing but problems. It locks up. You've been rear-ended. Yes. Look, I don't like it. Did they flip you off? They should flip off the system. I do not like it at all. How do you get connectivity in dead areas? Is there a satellite option? Yeah, you could get... you could do that. It's probably super expensive. There's not too... I'm on AT&T, right? And so it has pretty good service around the country. Sprint is probably the worst. But it's probably more cost than it's worth to have anything more than cell service. I mean, unless you can make some money on it somehow, I wouldn't spend extra money for any more connectivity than you probably already have. Somebody recommends Verizon. Yeah, I heard they're good too. I've been on AT&T for many, many, many years. Wingman is on... is it a Kenworth thing? You had issues with that? So it might be some kind of like Kleenex. It might be a word that they use, okay? Satellite phones are expensive. Yeah, unless you really need it, I don't think it's worth paying for the extra. I don't think so. Straight talk, yeah, Walmart. Go and just get a phone and give the Walmart guy that number, right? Change the 30-minute break to 75 minutes. We don't want 30 minutes. We're going to eliminate the 30-minute break, I think. Had a trailer get out from under me in the rain because of OnGuard. Yes, that's the problem. The OnGuard just applies the brakes. I don't mind a warning on the dash. That's fine. Then I can make the decision on what to do. But where it applies the brakes, no way. A friend says his new Cascadia was going downhill. Auto acts like it goes into neutral. Yeah, it does. It automatically does that. It goes into E economy. So as you go, it coasts down hills. Absolutely. That's what it automatically does. That's why if you're going down a large grade or whatever, you have to put it in manual and have the jakes on so it doesn't put itself into economy mode and you go coasting down the grapevine, because you don't want to do that. If you wreck because of OnGuard, sue your company. I don't know. They'll say, look at what came on the truck. That's probably what it is. In the winter, don't pull the trailer brake. Agree. Now that it's cold, when you park, only pull the yellow. Only red stays in, right? Yellow out. You should just do that anyway, unless you're loading. But you're going to freeze those trailer brakes. You'll never get moving again. Totally agree. Phones are $1,500 for a sat phone. Yikes. And $150 a month. Probably not worth it. The Macs don't coast. What, on a Mac automatic? They do not coast going down hills? All right. This is it, that I have an Eaton 12-speed auto in mine, and it absolutely, as soon as it crusts, even just crusts the hill, it goes into E. It's saving fuel is what it's trying to do. It won't do it if you're in manual, or if you press the accelerator, or if the jake is on downhill, right? But otherwise it does. It coasts down every hill that you go down. Yeah. Autos go to neutral when it loses so much air pressure, when it shifts too fast and confuses itself. That's true. You come up to a red light, changes green, get on it, and it goes neutral and it starts thinking. It's shifting, thinking, it can't decide what gear to go in. So they're not as good as a car yet. They're working on it. The Max stay in gear. All right, that's good. That's what it should do. All phones are 4G LTE. There are 5G now. How about that? 5G, including in Indianapolis, because I was thinking about that. You can, and there's some phones for it too. How fast is that? The 579 seems smoother on back and hips being 6'4" than the Cascadia. You just don't like it's an automatic. That can part of that can be solved with a seat too, I think, right? You're trying to be in my position? Nobody wants to be in my position, that's for sure. What do I think about another YouTube driver wanting to shut down over a weekend beginning in December? I don't think that it's going to, number one, I don't know what you're talking about, but there's always these shutdowns. Number one, it's not going to happen. Number two, it's not going to help. If the whole country shuts down, you need a spokesman. Whenever you strike, like UPS, there's a spokesman, a leader of the union or whatever. If every truck driver shuts down, what are we supposed to do? What do you want companies to do? Because each company has its own problems. So this company needs a dime a mile. This company maybe doesn't pay attention. Each one needs something different. So I think that just shutting the whole country down, who talks for everybody? And then who decides when everybody comes back to work? And if everybody just comes back after 3 days, you didn't solve anything. So I like the idea of shutting down one company at a time. You go to one company and shut them down, and then you have a spokesman and say, now you're going to raise your pay 20 cents or none of your trucks move. And I always say Werner. So I would pick Werner, and so all their trucks stop, and then they would have to talk to Joe or whatever, and then once he says the trucks move, the trucks move. How long do you think before you would get a raise at that company? It wouldn't take very long. And then you go to the next company, and then after a couple companies, the rest of them would just fall in line because you call them up and go, okay, guess what? Your company is now next. What do you want to do? And so then, guess what? They're going to give you what you want. That's how it would work. The whole country, it's never going to happen. Okay, and it won't help because there's no spokesman. It's not a together. Say if everybody stopped, and then what? The government can't do anything anyway. They don't decide your pay. So each company's got to go, what do we need to do? There's no coordination, no nothing. It can't happen, and it won't work. Custom pallet, you're welcome. What about disc brakes? What about disc brakes? I would say the same thing. I would never apply the trailer brakes in the wintertime. And do trailers have discs now? I know they're putting them on the tractors, but they probably are. Look, and I would say the same thing. I don't apply the trailer brakes in the winter. In fact, if it's just wet and cold, I'll pull the trailer trolley valve, as it was called, right down and drag them, just so they're on a little to heat them up, to try to dry them off. Same thing before I park, so that they don't freeze. And that's actually a good recommendation, which I should do a video about, I suppose. Prime went to disc on the trailers. Wow. Oh, DOT doesn't check them. They're easy. If they're like a car, they'd be easier to check. How long did he set that for? Yeah, okay. Why punish the country because you work for a crap company? Yeah, there's part of that too. There need to be changes, and if we don't stand up, nothing will change. That's correct. There were 5,000 people that made comments. There's 1 million drivers. Okay, so until something like that happens, and look, if you have any experience and you work for a company that doesn't pay you for something like detention, or I get letters all the time from people. I sit 8 hours a week. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going right there to Angie White, number 10 on my screen. Angie White, please pop in the zip code of card number 4 or your city so that I can match an address. There's the drink while I wait for that. A moment. And then 2 to go. So Angie White waiting for zip code. Right, Bold Venture. Not everybody wants the same thing from a shutdown. So if everybody shuts down, how is it coordinated of what everybody gets? How do we figure out what everybody gets if we all stop? And who decides when we all come back? Who's going to decide that? Disc brakes don't have slack adjusters. They should be able, they could measure the pad thickness, right? I have never seen one on a truck I'm surprised our new trucks didn't get disc brakes, but they didn't. I thought the truck at least would have them. New Kenworths don't come with the trolley bakes. Oh, nice. Well, I guess you're hosed on it. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. So you wouldn't be able to heat. I guess just press the brakes and accelerator at the same time to heat the brakes up to dry them off a little bit. But that's what I do in the winter, right? I'll roll that trolley brake for a little while to heat those brakes up before I park, especially if it's going to be for a weekend, for sure. For sure. All right, let's get a zip code up there so I can move on. Right. I need a zip or a city so I know where to send it. So when you so that when you give me your address, it matches. So we don't have everybody jumping in. There we go. Thank you. Mark at truckinganswersnation.com. That's in the description as well in case you can't do anything right now or whatever. So just send me your address and I'll send it to you. So we're going to do another random number generations. Generates number 9. All right. This is the last gift card. All right. Last one goes out right there. And then the camera after that. So your freight doesn't have a trolley. Your truck doesn't have one, right? They will end up measuring the pads. Yeah, that's what I think, right? It seems like it would be easier, too. Thanks, Troy. I appreciate that. I'm highlighting that, and I'm going to tell that to the wife. So, all drivers should use Rain-X? Yes. You should use it as your windshield washer fluid, and you should use it on your windshields, and you should use it in your car, and you should use it everywhere on your glasses. I mean, seriously. It's the greatest invention almost ever, right? $500 gift card. Yeah, I wish. I'd have to fill out IRS forms for that. Crazy. Rain-X is the best. Yeah, and that is not sponsored by Rain-X. The cards are $20 on the cards for love. So that's what I could do. I got 5 of them. So because they're not sponsored. They're just me. So it's just me here. You don't get detention time because your loads are giving me a day after their arrival date. Well, hopefully you don't wait. You know, that is really the thing. Thanks, Amber. I appreciate that. That if you're sitting and you have experience and you wait 8, 10, I get a lot of letters like that. 8 or 10 hours or 12 hours. I get some of those a week. Really, I mean, should they pay you? Absolutely. They absolutely should pay you. But should you quit? Yes. I mean, you shouldn't tolerate it because you deserve to get paid. All drivers should get paid. Should the company pay you? Yes. That's why I like to call them out on it. But if you stay there year after year not being paid, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. You should really leave. If there's a lot of time every week that you're not being paid for, imagine if you got paid for all that time. You know, how much more money would you make? It's great. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much for that. So, and I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming here every Monday. So, you know, this is something I want to do for everybody to give back. So there we go. I'm not going to belabor that, but you know, so because you're all here and you all follow the channel and everything, so I decided I've seen other giveaways. I thought I'm going to do a giveaway too. So that's why I do that. Yeah, Big Huge Mike. You know, after a certain period of time, if you sit there and you continue to take it, you know, is it you? I mean, if the companies couldn't get people to work, they would have to pay. You should, when you quit, you don't have to tell them up front so they don't fire you. But if you quit, once you quit, you should tell them, I'm quitting because you don't pay me. And so when you call for a job and then they go, we don't pay for detention, they go, well, I'm not working there. And once that started getting in their head, they go, wow, we've had 40 people call and nobody will work here because they're not paying us. They would have to change their ways. Your wife said if you got paid for your time, you'd be a millionaire. Well, you should get paid for your time. For sure. Tom, thanks for coming in. That's another message. I apologize. For people that are new, right, I'm getting messages. I forgot to turn the sound of my phone off, so I'm sorry. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. You want to say thanks for making Western the crap company of the week? They kind of deserve it, I think. Do you agree? What do I know about Texas hours of service? I don't know. Oil fields have different hours of service than the rest of the country. And like California, there's some special rules. Somebody asked me about motor coach in an email. I don't know the motor coach rules. I have a passenger endorsement, but I only drove a bus once, and it was a school bus that had to be moved. I haven't really driven a bus, so I don't know what all the hours of service rules are in that. You got 2 drug tests 2 times in a week and a half. You know, that's how it goes. These randoms, I've gone a couple years now, so I assume like next year I'll probably get 4 of them. And that's, I don't understand how that works. We have a lot of drivers like that. They'll get 3 in a row, and then I don't hear from them for years for getting them. And I haven't had one in a while, so I hope that it doesn't come up. We get paid for it, by the way. So I hope you got paid for it as well. And by the way, legally, you have to log it. So doesn't the yellow set the trailer brakes as well? Yes, but you push the yellow one back in. I usually hold my thumb on the red one so it doesn't pop out. Press the red one back in, let the air go back to the trailer. Everyone deserves to get paid. That is true. Was Jerry Reed a real truck driver? I think that I read he did have a license, although I don't know if he ever drove a truck. I'm not sure about that, but I know he could drive a truck. Boy, oh boy, they want to keep trying to offer me 52 cents, but they don't give the miles with that guarantee. You know, 52 cents a mile doesn't do you any good if you get 1,000 miles a week. $1 a mile doesn't matter if you get 1,000 miles a week. Really. You know, even as a company driver. One of these weekends you have to come to North Judson. Oh, the Blue Jay Cafe, nice. Yes, North Judson, not far away. Yeah, Mark, thank you. I appreciate you watching the videos. You know, I appreciate everybody that watches the videos. I hope that I'm able to help somebody get a better job or not be taken advantage of. That's the whole goal here, right? Get everybody paid and really not be taken advantage of. Really got to question these companies. You got to like put them to the wall for stuff, you know? You're thinking of working for FedEx Custom Critical? Let's see. Texas Hours of Service, you can do an 8-hour break instead of 10, and I believe you can drive 12. Is that intra-Texas only? Jimmy, thank you. You can post that elsewhere on the internet, as I say. Ha! Have I heard anything about Prime Logistics? Is that part of Prime? Is Prime Logistics part of Prime? That's a good question. Why would I say what I net? Well, net is, what I net doesn't matter. What do you net is matters, right? Do you make enough where you work? Do you think you're being treated well? That's what matters. Where I work, and that doesn't make any difference to you, what's happening with you. If you're being treated well and make enough money, then the job's worth it. Making money and being treated horribly is not worth it. Like K and B, they pay good. They treat people horribly, not worth it. Can I speak about hazmat endorsement and whether it's worth it? I think you should get all the endorsements, maybe not passenger, but doubles, tank, hazmat, right? Get them, keep them on there. You never know when you'll use them. That's the thing. And you look better when you're going to go for a job. Oh, I have all the endorsements. I keep all my endorsements. The hazmat, many companies pay for it. If they don't, you could certainly tax deduct it. Check with your tax professional, so you could take that off. And so I think it's worth it. The other ones, although I just found out last week, they don't necessarily stay on your license. They're very inexpensive to keep on your license. Here in Indiana, I'll say it this week, they do stay on in Indiana for the rest of your life without any further cost. Some states still charge you. It's just a small amount of money. Keep them on there, and then you look much better. You have all these endorsements. Oh, I can drive triples, tanks, whatever. Always be at the top of your game on that kind of stuff. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate you saying that. Can I imagine the trolley brakes on a 10 axle? Yeah, that'd be a nice power slide for sure. You get 50 cents a mile. Yeah, 3,000 miles. That's 75 grand, right? That's almost twice the national average. Not bad. Down twice in 1 week. Parking the truck and looking for a company to drive for the last 2 months have been horrible. That's a problem. I assume you talk about owning your own truck. I mean, look, that's why I'm a company driver. I'll be honest with you. Being an owner-operator is not for everybody. It's just not. You got to have a lot of fortitude and really may have to have a large bank account to take that. And that's why I recommend people get a warranty, but that doesn't matter. You're still not getting paid. So if your truck doesn't run, you don't get paid. And that's a problem. As a company driver, they'll just give me a different truck to drive. If I went and it didn't start today, They'll just have me take a different truck. So that is a real problem. You may want to consider it. But you're gonna work for somebody else then. You're gonna get a Western Star, yeah, my favorite, of course. Your instructor said starting you have to do a 1 week class for a hazmat endorsement. It must be Washington State. I haven't heard anything more about it. Each state's doing different stuff. There's some kind of truckers against there's some kind of trafficking class that you have to take, but that's not in every state either. I think Arkansas and there's others, not here in Indiana. So I have not heard that there's a week class, but you may in your state have to do that. And so take it. That'd be tax deductible too. Huh. With all the lawsuits, I think changes are coming. I don't know. Hopefully. Old junkers on eBay for 20 grand. Yikes. But then we got a junker. We're driving around a junker. I just can't take it. Nice 104-inch sleeper. Wow. Try backing that in. If I was going to relocate anywhere, where would I go? South. I'd go south and run 20 and 10, or at least south of 40. 40 and south. That's what I'll do and run back and forth because I'm sick of snow. Jack, thanks very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we made 10,000 about a week and a half ago or so. My least favorite state to drive in. Well, I would say right here in Indiana, roads are horrible, but probably New York for traffic over by New York City. It's horrible. Anywhere up and down the East Coast, terrible. There's nowhere to park. The roads are terrible. The farther west you go, the more I like it. Up to 1,001, you don't need an endorsement. Right, it's not placarded under 1,000. That's correct, right? Yeah, 20 and 10 is the way to go. Yeah, a lot of companies have regional where it's south of I-40. I-40 and south, that's fine. But north, it's just bad every year. It doesn't get any better. You can save the money buying an old truck to buy a better truck. Richard, I agree with you. I'm always worried about this part of it where, like he said, he's broken down a couple times in the last couple of weeks. You can't save any money while you're being broken down. That's the problem. It's just too nerve-wracking. It's just not in me, I guess, to do it, being a company driver. Some people love it, and they do very good at it. But, for me, not so much. New York's terrible. I-10 is rough. It may be rough, but in January it's warm down there. Companies will realize drivers aren't messing around, and the companies have to pay. Finally, it's going to take a law to pass. We're going to have to get the Fair Labor Standards Act changed. I think that's what it's going to take, which is 1937, if I remember right, that exempts transportation from overtime and hourly laws. And that law has to change. And I think that's what's going to happen. They're not going to just voluntarily do it. There's too many people that they prey on that are new that don't know the difference. And they're like, oh, everybody pays it. Everybody pays household good miles and sits 12 hours for free. And people are like, well, at least I'm making $500 a week. And that's the problem. And so because I can't educate everybody on it, they don't all watch my channel. So I think until the law changes, it's just going to be really, really hard to do. Wait 10 minutes and the weather changes. Yeah, it was pretty warm yesterday, mid-50s here. It's going to be 24 something later this week, although no snow yet. I'm getting a load where you need a TWIC card or be escorted. It takes forever. Yes. If you do TWIC loads that need this Transportation Workers Identification Card, which is used at rail facilities and ports, get your TWIC card so you don't have to be escorted around. Well, I don't know about that, Mad Melody. People just don't know. When people don't know something, that doesn't make them dumb. They just are uninformed. We need to inform them. Mitch, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Oh, Bold Venture on the West Coast. Yeah, weather's probably better than it is here. PTL has a lawsuit over third-party leasing trucks and no hourly pay. Those are tough ones to win, though, for people. When you lease and sign all that 1099 and independent contractor, you've got a real problem. Buy a truck from Crete Carrier. I'm never a fan of buying a truck unless you're going to own the truck, where they have no further control over the truck. It's warm. Yeah, I hear it. Ugh. Oh, it's excruciating. Yeah, sorry about that. Did Jimmy Hoffa change the world? Yes, he did, but then the world changed him, and they haven't found him yet. And so that's a real problem. You got snowed in 2 weeks ago. I saw that there was snow out there already. And so there's no snow on 10 yet. There's no snow on 10 yet. Oh, Al, you know, nobody's dumb, right? There's just stuff people don't know. When you start, who knows? There's all kinds of stuff we don't know. And so until people realize that they're supposed to be paid, they just assume they're not paid because people aren't paid. And that has to change. So I think changing the law then forces the companies to pay you. And they have no choice. I think it's interesting. Somebody wrote to me who may be on here because everybody has a different name, but he's from California. And so because of that, his company has to pay him, and he gets $11 an hour for all of his on-duty time. And people say, "Oh, that's not a lot of money, $11 an hour." But remember, all on-duty time, including his break, which is off-duty, but he's required to be paid for his break because of California. He gets $11 an hour, and he said it's a couple of $100 a week. That's extra money that a lot of other people don't get, for sure. So I think that kind of law, is actually benefiting him as much as we don't like the government controlling those type of things. 75 is got Indiana, 70B. Look, 70 north from Toledo, or 75 north from Toledo into Detroit. Oh my God. It's like a war zone. Oh, wow, Bill, I appreciate that. And in caps, too. That's even better. Can a felon get a TWIC card? I think so. I think some felonies disqualify you, same as hazmat. It should be on their website, for sure. But I think that depending on the felony, I think you can. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it. Showing that to the wife as well. Stephen, I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I try to do what I can. I'm doing what I can. I think if you get a felony, you get a TWIC card that requires a background. Yeah, but I think that depends on the felony and the background check. It depends on what the felony is. Same as hazmat. You can get it, but like if you've used hazmat in a felony, then no. So I think it depends. You remember, it's really not fair. Look, let's be honest. So you have a felony when you're 19. Now you're 49. And this was because you had 2 ounces of pot, it was a felony 30 years ago. That shouldn't impact your life. I've always been an advocate of that. Something like that should not impact your entire life. Some small thing that even today wouldn't even be a felony today. That shouldn't, some small thing. You stole something that was $200, and so made it a felony then, and you paid it back and have never had a problem. I mean, let it go. You can't have something affect somebody's entire life. That's what I think. Now, people continue to commit felonies, right, hang them. But if you're going to change your life, then we got to let people change their lives. No, anything terror, drug related. Yeah, right. You can't have any terror. If you have a terror conviction, you're probably not going to get a TWIC card, right? 285 has issues. That's correct. Nice weather in Texas, but it's going to get nasty. It'll never get as nasty as it does here. Do you get 3 feet of snow? Well, I guess up north they do, right? Panhandle. Felonies involving theft and assault disqualify you. So, but not all felonies. Is that what we're saying? So it depends, right? We're telling them probably look it up. Depends. Just saw a reefer trailer on fire. Yikes. Your governor doesn't care. Nice. CRST, in 5 months into your contract and awful poverty wages. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Should I jump ship and get my experience somewhere else instead of suffering another... Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 is right there. Laura Wooliver. LURAWOOLIVER. How about that? You are the winner of the gift card from Loves. So, Laura Wooliver, pop in your zip code or a city into the comments so that I can match it with the address that you're going to send me. And I will get the water and wait for that. Momentarily no ticking. That's nice. Election day is tomorrow, so hopefully she'll be voted out. Yes. Okay. Yes, everybody go vote tomorrow. That's all I'll say about politics, right? You want a Love's gift card? Where could you get one? At the Love's, at the counter at the Love's. They have them there. All right, Laura, we need a zip code or an address is what I want from you so that I can match the address that you will send me to that. so that someone doesn't scam that out of you. So, Timothy, okay, we're not going to talk about that. Good at Knoxville, excellent. Mark at truckinganswersnation.com is the email to send me your address. And it's also in the description if you don't have any way to write it down right now or whatever. It'll be in the description. Just send me your address and I'll send you the gift card. All right, next up, and this, everybody can win this. It's 14. 14 came up. And that is for the dash cam. We're doing the dash cam and the sand disc, right? It's got a whole, it's got everything in there. It's got the thing for it and everything. The suction cup. All right, so what time is it? All right. All right, so there it goes. Hear it? And number 14 on the dash cam. All right. And that is the grand prize. Oh, grand prize. Okay, a brain surgery can smoke. All right, so you want the dash cam? It's up next. Up next. So, dang, no engine brakes. Yes, I agree. Oh, let's see. West Memphis truck driver killed them. West Memphis. Yeah, West Memphis is like become really rough. Those truck stops over there, I don't understand it. I mean, I probably wouldn't stop there. That's the thing of, that's another question that you could ask a company is, do they have an open fuel card? And some do. Like my fuel card, we have a Comdata card. I can fuel anywhere I want. Now, that doesn't stop you from parking wherever you want, but it's annoying to fuel and then park somewhere else. It's better if you can just fuel and park in the same place or whatever. So, Prime can't stop there. Why? Because they know there's so much going on there, I guess, right? So much crime. So, yeah, I think that I wouldn't go in there for any reason unless it was required by my company or something. Some companies, though, require you to go to a certain fuel stop and fuel. So at least I'd rather they said, okay, you can stop for any company, you can go to any Pilot or any Loves or anything like that, rather than saying, oh, you have to go right here. Okay, so Levi says, who do I drive for? And I do get this every week, so I'll go over this again this week right here. My company has a social media policy, okay, and so I don't talk about them on here, and then they don't have anything to say about my videos. I have been a driver for 30 years, and I've been at my company for a little over 16 years, though. But so I don't mention them. I also don't recruit for them. Many people are on YouTube only recruiting for their company. Oh, work here. Here's the number. Recruit. Here's my driver number or whatever. Recruit. I don't do any of that. So I forego that, and I don't mention them, and then they don't bother me in my videos. So they don't have any say in it. But so I don't say where I work. So that's why it's like that. So your co-driver is going to JB only 2 months into his contract. Wow. CR England, that's good that somebody has one for CR England. You don't see that much. Yes, there's a lot of CRST ones. Yeah, Memphis is super bad over there. Not a fan of it. Okay, Prime Barber sold all the freight in the parking lot. What's going on with that? Oh, okay. Okay, well, it's your turn to get loaded. Yeah, all right, Tom. Next time we're up there, we'll meet up. You got a $1,500 to get a driver. Some places pay thousands. Some places pay hundreds. Right. I don't get any of that, so I don't. I don't recruit for my company. I just don't. They should do their own recruiting anyway. Every place should. But I've been there a long time, so it's a good place. Let's put it that way. Have I heard anything else about Bar None? No, I like the deal that they got going on there. I mean, I really like it. And so they pay a ton. Wow, Bill, yeah, agree, right? You need a National Drivers Union arms. The problem with National is each company has a different problem. So when we strike nationally, what do we want? And when are we going to get it, as they say? But so some places it's detention. They pay really good. Some places pay horrible. And so then they need something different. So to strike them all, you'd have to, if everybody struck, you'd have to then get all the corporate CEOs together and say, all right, you need to raise this, you need to do that, and you need to do, it's nearly impossible because they each have their own problems. And so that is a big problem. That's why I like striking one company at a time. We go, all right, here's the problems here. All your trucks at noon are stopped. And so they watch all their trucks park at noon, and everybody sends a message, call Tom or whatever their name is. And so then we get things changed there, and we just go to each company. It only takes a couple of companies. Then all you have to do is make a phone call. Once they see that you'll do it, then all we do is call Swift and say, look, you're next. And so you want all your trucks to stop, or do you want to talk? And that's how you could actually get it done. But it has to be company by company. A nationwide strike, they always do that to get the government involved, but the government doesn't really have much say in your pay. They could mandate minimum wage, but then the companies would give you $7.25 an hour. That's still not really enough. The single company plan is the only way to do it. And it really would work, and it wouldn't have to be every truck. Just a lot of their trucks would need to stop at once. So if they have a couple thousand trucks, you stop a half their trucks, well, that's going to be a real problem for them. A strike a few big companies can change. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If you're light in bad storms, pull over. Whatever it is in a bad storm, if you feel it's unsafe, it doesn't matter what the reason is. If you think there's something unsafe, pull over. Park it. That's number one. Safety should be number one priority. We definitely need a national minimum wage. Well, that's the problem. Do you want the government setting a wage? Right now it's $7.25 an hour is minimum wage nationally. Some states have a higher minimum wage. But I don't think the government setting a wage is the solution, really. We can force each company to pay you by striking a single company and say, all right, you are going to pay attention or none of your trucks move. And they'll threaten to fire everybody. You think they're going to fire 2,000 drivers? That isn't going to happen. Well, they're going to leave 2,000 trucks because remember, once you're fired, you don't have any more responsibility to the truck. It's not an abandonment. You're fired. You're not an employee anymore. It's their problem to get their equipment. So they're not going to fire people with trucks all over the company, all over the country. That is just not going to happen. And no load's worth your life. I totally agree. If you think it's unsafe, park. No matter what the reason you think it's unsafe. You are the final determiner about what is safe and what isn't. What's the best company? It depends. Number one, on where you live, but really number two, on what you want to do. Do you want to be gone for months? Do you want to be home every day? So a lot of it is about what you want out of trucking. There's not really one greatest company. Oh, that'd be a great trophy to give out though, isn't it? Why not just have a website that shows what every trucking company offers? That would be a lot of work for sure. I do have the phone numbers on my website, I'll say as a plug, at truckinganswersnation.com. But I don't have like a list of what every company offers. I'm starting to get a few companies that have more in-depth, but believe me, it's a lot of work doing, to compile that all. And plus, remember, if you had a website that showed what each company offered, you'd have to forever change it because people said, well, why don't you list what these companies pay on the web? I really can't because they change 3 or 4 times a year. I'd have to go back and redo the whole thing, and that is very time consuming. And there's just me. I don't have a huge staff working for me. It's just me. And so that is really hard to do. You have to research that at the time you're ready to change companies. Crete is the best mega. Crete does pretty good, right? They do pretty good for being a large company. And I always say I like large companies because, you get a lot of benefits. You get all this vacation, you get all kinds of different insurances and everything that you can't get from a person that has 4 trucks. You appreciate the CRST isn't listed? Okay, I'll put them on there. I have a couple I've removed that I think are so bad that I removed their number. I'll put CRST on there. You need to charge for phone calls? Yeah, I don't do the phone call charging. I don't do any of that. I have a book out, and I'm going to write another book, but mostly it's basically free, right? I just do free stuff. Once you get muscle memory to handle the manuals, they are better than an automatic. I like a manual. I've always said that. More people liking Crete. Agree with that. Thank you for the flag, right? We try to always have a flag. This side may change for holidays, but we're always going to have a flag because every day is America Day here, for sure. Did you win the dash cam yet? Not yet. You didn't. The buzzer will go off eventually. XPO, yeah, home daily at XPO, right? We need more parking. Can you make the recruiters update the website? Well, they should update their own sites all the time for sure. They're bad about it. Some of them are bad about updating their own site. But keeping a list, a compilation of other companies' pay would be like a full-time job for somebody. I mean, I'm serious about that. You'd have to constantly, nearly daily, go back through and see who changed what. You know, somebody that had the time or wanted to do it that was retired. I mean, I could see it taking 3-4 hours a day, every single day, to keep it up to date, especially if you had 100 companies. Driver-facing cameras seem intrusive. I agree. It doesn't cross a company off my list, but I don't like the ones that face you. Facing out, I'm a fan of, yes. Is there an answer to the parking problem? Not really. There's too many drivers that go into truck stops and don't buy anything and leave. And truck stops are not cheap. I mean, people want everything for free. They want more parking and everything, but then they'll go in there, pee on the fuel island, and then leave without buying anything. I mean, so nobody's going to build a new truck stop. I've said this in videos. Go in there and spend a few bucks in the truck stop. Whenever you go in a truck stop, just throw a few dollars out there. I mean, if every driver that came through, I mean, that would really encourage them to build another one. Hey, why don't you build right to their corporate thing and say, here's where you need another truck stop, and I'll support it, and then mean it. That kind of thing, you know. You were able to make it good, Jason. Good. I don't disclose political beliefs. Yes. Right. There's plenty of political talk on here, on the CB, on YouTube, on everywhere. If you want that, I'm staying out of that here for sure. That would result in an immediate fight, no matter what I said. So the only beliefs we have here is America, which I stay with here for sure. Drivers drive too fast at the truck stops. Am I off for Thanksgiving? Yes, we're off Thursday and Friday, both days paid. Very nice. If there's a mom and pop store, don't throw your trash out. Don't throw your trash out at any truck stop. Throw it in the trash receptacles, as they say. I mean, come on, people. Paid parking is taking over. Yeah, they have to. Because people go in, don't buy anything, and leave. And that costs a lot of money. There's taxes and cleaning everybody's trash up and just general upkeep. If you went in and spent a few dollars, I mean, you'd get more parking. Now, states should also stop closing their rest areas. They just block them off. They don't even leave them open for people. But it's probably the same thing. You can get your fuel at the name brands and take a shower and then park at an independent. There's not many of those left, for sure. Loves are the devil. I love the Loves. That's why I got cards there. I'm in there all the time. Carriers they call and they apply because they don't update their website. I agree. They should be on it. It's their site. If you owned a truck stop, you'd have a drive-through Starbucks. I always wondered why there wasn't a truck drive-through at some of these. I thought it would work really good. We do, Wild Bill, you stop at truck stops. I do the same thing. We stop in at a truck stop, even, at a travel center, since the front part, even in the car, for sure. Don't park in the fuel pump. Yes, go park. Oh, and I noticed this the other day. Hey, turn your lights off when you're sleeping or when you're parking. Do you need to have your lights on when you're sitting there parked? Come on, people, think. And it's not just one person. I see this a lot of times. So, $10.99, no thanks, Big E. Misclassified, probably. How many holidays have I spent at a truck stop? Numerous ones, including Christmases. It doesn't have a name on it. It did on the thing. It didn't come with one on the box, on the cam. So sorry about that. And I don't have the Amazon thing. That's where I got it. There is a drive-through Sonic that services trucks in Oklahoma. Send me a picture of that. Mark at truckinganswersnation.com and an address, and I will post it in the gallery on the website. I'd love to see it. What happened to people turn the lights off when you're trying to back up? I agree. Look, I roll through the truck stop with parking lights, okay? Turn off your lights. You're backing up, turn off your lights, and turn on your hazards. You don't have to... One guy was in there with his bright lights on. What are we doing at the truck stop? Come on. They should have good coffee. I agree. Pilot always says it's like the best coffee ever, but I don't know about that. Are suicide knobs illegal? The way I understand it, a suicide knob if I'm talking right, is a steering wheel spinner, right? Sometimes called a suicide knob, which attaches to the steering wheel, and you turn it like this. You'll usually see it on a spotting truck. And from what I understand, the way I read it in there is that it's not allowed by the DOT. You can't have anything on the steering wheel that impedes or doesn't allow you free turning of the wheel. And so that could be interpreted to be a way that the steering wheel doesn't turn properly. That's the way I read it. It doesn't specifically say that, but I think it could be read like that at an inspection. And with this power steering and stuff, I don't think you really need it. So really. But the way I interpret it, they're not allowed. But what a DOT officer would say, I don't know. I don't have one. So there you go. That's my take on it. I think so. I think they're not allowed. The Sonic that services trucks is in Valiant, Oklahoma. Nice. I need to find that right away. Quit going in bottles and throwing it out the window. Yes. Why? It's sad that we even have to post this. It's crazy. More farmers should build truck stops. They might make more money than their crops. It'd probably be more stable. You love suicide knobs. If you can take it off, it's illegal. Oh, if you can't take it off, right. But if you can, it's not, because it's not impeding the wheel. All right. That's what I thought. So you're not really allowed. See, it's not, they don't specifically say, suicide knobs. Just that the wheel can't be impeded by anything. Pilot Extreme Brew with a couple strokes. Oh, yikes. Yes, Lauren, totally agree. They have bathrooms right there. Why are we on the fuel island going to the bathroom on the fuel island? Come on, people. Steven, we need to get you walking every day. Oh, you retired in 2007? Well, I hope you're enjoying it. You could compile this list of truck stops for us. Or truck pay. You should boycott Starbucks. I like Starbucks. Although I haven't been in one in a while. DOT is not safety first, it's write tickets first. It can be. I totally agree, right? It can do that. You like the Colombian blend coffee? Crap Company is your weekly highlight. I appreciate that. It stopped for a while, and then everybody asked where it was, so I brought it back. So I'm glad everybody enjoys it. I like doing the Thursday show better, where I actually like doing that better because it shows a place that's doing it really good. So I like that show too. Keep your brights off while parked. Keep your lights off while parked. How about that? No lights parked. Really no lights running through the truck stop, I say. Let's cut the lights out. I noticed that the other day. There were like 5 lights in there. What is going on? Turn off your lights. I could start a movement. I'm hoping to start a movement where everybody demands and gets paid for all their time. At a reasonable rate, and where people are treated like professionals. We're licensed professionals. Never forget that. Licensed professionals. Same as a doctor. Okay? Licensed professionals, and we should be treated like such. The whole country is literally in our hands, or on our suicide knobs. How much does a crackdown driver make? I looked into that. They started in the 30s. They start in like the low 30s, but a lot of them are home every day. They go so far and then come back. And some of them get motels. But yeah, mid-30s, but it goes up from there. And I saw that one of the benefits in their ad was that you get to ride the Greyhound at a discount. Like anybody would want to do that. It's probably bad enough from the driver's seat, much less driving it. And I remember this. The driver can't, no radio, no phone, no nothing. He's got to concentrate only on driving. In the days of automation, lights are automatic on some trucks. Yeah, they're automatic on my car, right? International has automatics, automatic headlights. But probably most of you have a car where the headlights turn themselves on. No whammies, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Monday is fun. Fuel tankers have their fifth wheel all the way forward. Why do they have their fifth wheel all the way forward? You wouldn't take a Greyhound even if they let you drive it. Mondays are best because of me. Well, that's great. I appreciate that. I don't know about that. I'm just somebody out here. I don't make everybody's Monday. Thanks, Wild Bill. I appreciate you being out here. Not yet. I haven't said that, Troy. Yeah, I appreciate everybody's opinion. That's why I like the show, right? I don't know about a lot of this owner-operator and motor coach stuff. It's good to have everybody on here that knows all these specific state, rules. I don't know each state rule. I don't know everything about trucking, okay? I don't ever pretend that, for sure. I just want people to get paid. Get paid, but I don't know absolutely everything about it. Fifth wheel forward to take the weight off the trailer axle. All right? Crypto futures. Yeah. Look, I make enough money here to make a living, for sure. And I will say this, after 16 years here, right, I've been here 16 years. And a lot of people make more than me. So you'd probably be surprised at how little I make. You love Graham, you get to hear the felons discuss what they did in the joint. Oh, that's on their way to Western Express. Yeah, where are you guys going? Western Express for orientation. You got a problem with that? No. Okay, I got no problems. No problems, man. Yes, anybody that won the gift card can win the Grand Gas Cam prize, for sure. There are rules in the description. Also, there we go. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Annette wins the dash cam. How about that? Annette Barella wins the dash cam. Annette Barella, if I didn't say it in here, I should be looking at there. Dash cam and the 32 gig gift card, or not a gift card, the 32 gig card that goes with it. So please pop in the your zip code and or city so that I can match it to the address you're going to send me. Waiting for that. So, and I will do the water as I wait. And we're waiting for Annette here. Yes, Ryan. Oh, it could be on the next one for sure. Oh, Annette of the Mickey Mouse Club. Wow, that's a blast from the past. Thanks, Amanda, for saying that. I appreciate it. I try to do what I can. I'm just me though. And for everybody while I'm waiting, I answer every email. So if you want to email me with questions or any comments or shut up and get off of YouTube, Mark, whatever it is, I get those too. So Mark at truckinganswersnation.com. And waiting, Biggie. I think you got mistake that for Annette there, Biggie. So waiting to see if I get an address and or zip code. Not an address. I need a city or zip code from Annette. That's what I need to match to an address that you'll send me. Nice. Thank you, Jeremiah, for telling other people. No response yet, but my tablet is delayed by 10 seconds, so still waiting. She responded, where am I looking here? Nothing yet. That's all right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Temecula, California. Nice. There we go. So Mark at truckinganswersnation.com. Send me your address to there. That's also in the description in case you can't do it right now. It's no problem. To an address that matches that city, of course. And I will send you this dash cam and the 32 gig card. So there you go. So those are the gifts for today. I have nothing else left to give away today, but I want to thank everybody that was on here, and we'll do more of these too as time goes by. So, but I just want to do that today to say thank you to everybody who's here every week, watching the channel and helping everybody out, and just in general being here. So it's always surprising me that anybody comes and, that there's anybody here. So I'm very grateful for it. Believe me, I really am. What happens if they don't send it? Well, they have a week as the description, which are in the rules, right? I need it before the next live show. So you have this week to email me your address. If I don't get everybody's address by the next live show, any unclaimed prizes will be given away on the next live show. But hopefully during some time this week, people will have a moment to email me their address. So that's what will happen for anybody that doesn't send it, because I'm required by YouTube and that to give them away, which I will. So that's all the rules are written there. So that's how that goes. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, John C. Yeah. Come in whenever you can. I'm on here every Monday at 1 p.m. for sure. Wow, Bill. Yeah. Good. Thanks for coming in. And Jeff, no drama here. People drama are booted, right? No drama. I can't tolerate it. There's so much of it on there. there's people sitting without being paid, and people are having all this stupid drama and stuff. Come on, people. We cannot have it. We can't have it. Yeah, Big E, look, there's going to be more of these, Big E, so don't think like, like you can't, can you get it? I can't do it that way, right? It would have to be given away in the same manner. So any address or whatever that nobody sends me, as YouTube says, or I would have to give it away in the same manner that it was given away this time. So through a random generator, that way there's no funny business or hanky panky or anything. So Saul, from Chi-Town, right? I lived at 1800 North Whipple in Chicago, and my first job was local Chicago driving up there for economy transport. So, and I grew up in Hammond. That's totally my area. I ran containers around. So thanks for coming in. Timothy, thanks. Yeah. Look, you got to stay positive for sure out there. Even when your situation is not good, there's a better situation around the corner. There's plenty of good places, as I'm finding, that can pay the money that we want to make for all of our time. And so for anybody, I meant to mention this, anybody that came in an hour late, you may not have set your clock back today, over the weekend. So if you actually came in, and the show had been running an hour, you didn't set your clock back. Be sure to do that sometime today. I forgot to put that out there. That's pretty funny. Chicago makes you appreciate your automatic. Yes, for sure. Would I say the oil field's the best paying? It seems to be. I mean, it's hard work. I mean, we have some people on here from the oil field, and the oil field is hard work. Don't think like you're not going to work, but you're going to get, I see people on here all the time making $2,000+ a week for sure. Amanda from Hammond, Louisiana. You're from the other Hammond. I'm from the Hammond, Indiana, right near at the Chicago, Illinois border. All the rookies buy a CB and keep it on. Yes. That should be one of your first purchases. Get a cheap one to start you out, and then when you get some money, go spend, $120 and get a good CB, a nice Cobra that will last you. It will last for years. It seems like a lot of money. They last for years and years. They can take the pounding. They're made for it. If you want, buy a cheap one and then save the next year on your points at your favorite truck stop and get it free or reduced that way. So that's also a way to do it, and basically have your company pay for it for you. And then you always have it. Always have it. Best trucking show on this side of the Pecos. I'll take that. You can ask for help on a CB. You can. You may not get it anymore. Huh. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching the videos for sure. Who's the artist? The artist is a friend of my wife. A lady that she works with. And am I booted off of the channel? Have I been booted? Okay, I think I'm back, right? The artist is a friend of my wife, a lady that she works with at work. I think there was a slight delay in the stream. Sorry. But yeah, and she's very good. We have a couple of her paintings around the house, and this is all hand done, and she's actually very good. My wife's friend painted it, Amanda, so she's very good. I like her. She's very good. Very good artist. I encourage her always to, sell them or whatever, but she doesn't, and I think she very well could. Timothy, yeah, okay, thanks for coming in. And yeah, we're going to 3:23. I've given all the loot away, so I'm going to wrap it up here. It's almost 3:30. Oilfield is good rates. Rhino, okay, good to see you. It's good to see everybody here today on Monday, and we'll be back next Monday as well. By the way, you can go check this out on the website for any new drivers. I do a small driver chat every once in a while. Not a regular thing, for up to 5 people. But I need to know that you're coming, because I take my time and it's at different times. The next one is Sunday probably. So, and it lasts an hour, and it's on a Google Hangout chat where we're just going to get some new people together, or people that are interested in getting in the industry that want to talk, ask questions with each other, so that, I'm just trying it out. I don't know if it goes anywhere. If people don't want, the last one was that I did totally fizzled out, so there was nobody, so I ended up canceling it. So that's on the website, truckinganswersnation.com, small chat, I forget what it's called on there. And let me know if you want to get in on that. And so, you're a painter too. Oh, John C., yeah. I hope you do join. You're a painter. You're currently painting in my kitchen. Oh, I think it's a different kind of painting. Will it look like this when it's done? That's the question. Land the plane as the channel out Bell Life. Yeah. Oh, yes. You too, comfortable man. Thank you for being here. This is all possible because everybody is here. This isn't, this is you. This isn't me. I'm just some driver who wants people to be paid. This is all you. And it always is surprising to me. And I'm forever grateful for you all coming, really. Yes, Rhino. And this is a company called Sweeteners. Let's see. I hope so. I hope they're a good company. If they pay you for your time, they pay you enough that you want and they treat you well. That's the whole thing. Thank you, Annette. And I'm going to wrap it up 3:25. So if everybody's out, I'm wrapping up out of here too. Headed off to my work for the night. I want to say thanks for everybody for being here. We'll be back next Monday at 1, as always. And until then, there'll be more videos. I hope that you'll watch them. And so thanks for being here, right? And any comments or whatever, just let me know in the Mark at Trucking Answers Nation. Jason, I will see you. So I'm out. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in a week.